A list of activist websites in alphabetical order. Chapter 1. Activist websites in alphabetical order. A. abetterfuture.org, ablechild.org, ablechild.com, Parents for Label and Drug-Free Education, abortionbusters.org, aboutjobs.com, abovetopsecret.com, abuenimer.org, Activist for Peace with Justice, abuenimer.org, Activist for Peace with Justice in the Middle East, abitheliberal.com, academia.org, Accuracy in Academia, academichorse.org, accuracy.org, acdemocracy.org, the American Center for Democracy, aches-mc.org, acjnet.org, Access to Justice Network, aclu.org, American Civil Liberties Union, aclu.org/safe and free, keep America safe and free, aclu-mn.org, Minnesota ACLU, acsblog.org, the American Constitution Society, acsh.org, American Council on Science and Health, acslaw.org, American Constitution Society, act.gov.au/nowiste/waste strategy, actionupdate.org.uk, activism.net, activist-activism.com, activistcash.com, says who funds activist groups, activistmagazine.com, activistnetwork.org.uk, activistpost.com, activistresource.org, activistsandiego.org, activities.epa.gov/students, adamsmith.org, Adam Smith Institute, adamwasblack.org, adancingbear.com, adbusters.org, adl.org/religious_freedom/religion_public_square.asp, adoptaneagle.org, adversity.net, aei.org, American Enterprise Institute, af.mil/news, afa.net/activism/resources.asp, American Family Association, afi-fl.org, Alliance for Independence, aforcemorepowerful.org, africawithin.com/bios/bobby_seal.hdm, afsp.org, American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, aftercapitalism.org, ag.state.mn.us/charities/char_srch.asp, Charities Minnesota, againsthegrain.org, agitprop.typepad.com, agonist.org, agroterrorist.org, ahealedplanet.net, ai.mit.edu/people/ellen/non.html, izc.org, aim.org, aim.org, Accuracy in Media, ames.gov.au/pages/research/coral bleaching, airamerica.com, Air America Radio, aktivix.org, allen.com, allycublog.blogspot.com, allaboutpopularissues.org, allafrica.com, allcharities.com, allianceagainsthunger.org, allianceforworldpeace.org, alligatorsforever.org, allostop.com, shared transportation, allspinzoni.com, allspinzoni.com, allspinzoni.com/blog, alpha1.org, the Alpha One Foundation, dedicated to provide resources to improve health, worldwide, alphapub.com, alqaeda-doesn't-exist.com, alt.activism, alternatelifestyles.org, alternativechurch.org, alternativeradio.org, alterneti.org, altnet.com, altpress.org, altruists.org, amconmag.com, amendment studies, america24.com, americabetrayed.org, americablog.blogspot.com, americablog.blogspot.com, americafooled.com, americaforsale.org, americaforsale.org, America for Sale, americanbabel.org, americanbuddha.com, americancatholic.org, americaneconomicalert.org, americanedhikians.org, americanforcetrust.org, americanfund.org, americangestapo.org, americangod.org, americangreencross.org, americangridlock.org, americangulag.org, americanhypocrites.org, americanlandtrust.org, american-partisan.com, americanpatriotleague.org, americanpatriotparty.org, americanpatriots.org, americanpirate.net, survival, doomsday, americanpolicestate.org, americanpolicy.org, americanpolicy.org, American Policy Center, americanprogress.org, americanreform.org, americansfortruth.com, americansfortruth.com, americansrestoringamerica.com, americanswhotellthetruth.org, americanthinker.com, americantraders.org, americanvalues.org, americanwayofdeath.org, americanwayoflife.org, americanwildlifeclub.org, americaputmeoutofbusiness.com, americasdebate.com, americasfuture.net, dedicated to the preservation of our free enterprise system and our constitutional form of government, americarps.org, volunteer, amila.org, Amila, American Muslims intent on learning and activism, amillionthanks.org, amiritoRWRongQ.info, amnesty.org, amnesty.org, Amnesty International, amnesty.org, amnestyinternational.org, amnesty.org/library, amnestyusa.org/activist_toolkit, amran.com, American Renaissance News, amrivers.org, pollution in rivers, amesa.org/legislative center/activism.cfm, ananda.org, andyrowell.com, anewworldsociety.ning.com, anewworldsociety.ning.com/notes/a_resource_based_economy, resource-based economy, anewworldsociety.ning.com/notes/technological_unemployment, technological unemployment, anewworldsociety.ning.com/notes/tvp_petition, purpose behind the petition, anewworldsociety.ning.com/notes/ways_to_get_involved, more ways to get involved, angelfire.com/pq/hippie/trade.html, globalization and free trade, angelfire.com/sc/iresa/multinationals.html, are multinationals too powerful, angelscondense.org, angelscanzing.org, angrynerds.com/manual, animalactivist.vview.org, animalfamilies.org, animalfriends.org, animalguardians.org, animalhelpers.org, animalshavesouls.org, animalsuffering.com, annapoliscenter.org, the Annapolis Center, annoy.com, anonymousliberal.com, answers.com/topic/brainwashing, antagonist.blogspot.com/shareinternational.org, antidote.org.uk, antifa.net, anti-irs.com, antioch-college.edu, activist-type college, antislavery.org, antiwar.com, aocalypso.com, apbnews.com, apc.org, apeconnections.org, apexcc.org, aperfectcause.org, apjnow.org, Help in Haiti. Apocalypsecult.org. apologeticcoursescom/?cat=9, mind manipulation, Seminary for Apologetic, free courses. apopo.org. appealsww.com, Appeals Worldwide, specializes in producing appeals letters based on Amnesty International cases, for you to send to the authorities in the countries concerned. ArabMediaWatch.com, Arab Media Watch, was set up to tackle a proliferation of traditional bias, ignorance, and misunderstanding in the British media regarding Arab issues. APTA.com, Public Transportation. Arbitering.com, Arbiter Ring, publishes radical books out of Winnipeg. ARC.org, Applied Research Center. Archive.org. Arizona.sospress.org. ArmageddonCult.org. ArmchairSubversive.com. ArmiesOfCompassion.org. Armor.typepad.com. armor.typepad.com/2005/02/abiotic_oil.html. ArriveNet.com. ArsPsychedelia.com. Artitude.com. Artpolitic.org, a group of artists who have come together in order to bring to light social and political issues that they have deemed important. asa.ugl.lib.umich.edu/chdocs/nonprofits. azacon.com/oljay/libofccp.hdm, civil. asanet.org/careers, American Society of Association Executives. ase.org, Save Energy. ashesovredon.org. ashestoashes.org. ashestoashescemetery.org. asia-stat.com, News Alternative. Access to a diverse range of news media from around the world. askafreemason.org. askdhiseuse.org. aspiremag.presspublisher.us. AssistantVillageIdiot.blogspot.com. AssociationJobs.com. Atheists.com. Atheists.com/index.php, Atheists.com News. ATLASSHRUGS2000.typepad.com, PrisonPlanet.com. Atrios.blogspot.com. Atacy.org, Taxation of Transactions to Aid Citizens. Autisticeye.org. AutomaticDragon.com, Inciting Revolution Where There Is Peace. Balancing Chaos. AvaAZ.org, Save the Elephants, Stop Bloody Ivory. avaaz.org/en. avaaz.org/en/Bali_report_back, confronts climate change. axisoflogic.com. AinRound.org. AinRound.org, Pro-Capitalism. azadisen.com, Organization for Women's Liberation. azone.org, Autonomous Zone. Backlash.com. backtoeden.org. back-to-iraq.com. badtux.net. bondwsnots.com. bahrainrights.org, Bahrain Center for Human Rights. bailoutslouth.com. basetown.basetown.com. balkan.blogspot.com. ballon-juice.com. bananarambles.blogspot.com. bangelarites.net, Bangladesh. bankruptamerica.org. banthought.net. baptistedhikians.org. basecommunity.org, United Methodist. battlepanda.blogspot.com. bowa.org, Bay Area United Against War. planttrees.org. bcfreemasonry.com/writings/Illuminati. beacon.org. be-a-lion.org. beegs.com. beirutbeltway.com. beckondtonature.org. beckondotrees.org. beliefnet.com. beliefnet.com/godspolitics. beliefnet.com/search/articles.aspx?q=activist. bellanit.org. benefice.com. benjaminfulford.typepad.com. benjiari.com/esr, educators for social. benton.org, links. berkeley.edu/progress/progress.h. berkshire.net/ifas, Institute for First. berkshire.net/ifas/activist, the electronic activist. betachange.org. bethineInChrist.org. betterfuture.nl, inspired leaders. betterfutureadoption.org. betterworld.org. bevcoverage.atspace.com. biblilands.com. biblethumpers.org. biblioteca.pl/sociopolitica/esp_sociopol_mindcon14d.htm. bidwell-training.org, Alternative Education Style School. bigbooster.com. bigbreach.com. bigeye.com. bikeft.org, biking and walking. bilderberg.org. bilderberg.org/wattafel.htm, the development of petroleum industry and the business tactics utilized to eliminate rivals. billboardliberation.com. bilmoears.com. bioneers.org, environment. biostiitutes.com. birdgallery.org. birdnotes.org. birdstrike.org. bisexualityhikians.org. bitterharvest.org. blackagendareport.com, Black Agenda Report. blackboxvoting.com, ballot tampering in the 21st. blacklistednews.com. blackplanetdirect.com. blackreportradio.com. blackrhinoceros.org, environmental actions in the areas of biodiversity, conservation, energy, environmental justice, habitat, and pollution. williambowles.info, the writings of William Bowles, updated frequently, includes much media critique.cam.ac.uk/societies/casey/index.html, campaign against sanctions on Iraq. blacktSociety.org. blacktrianglecampaign.org. blackvault.com. blatanttruth.org. blog.washingtonpost.com. blogcritics.org. blogforamerica.com. blogs.citypages.com. blogs.cnn.com. blogs.edtoolbox.com. blondeznse.blogspot.com. bloomberg.com. bluefront.org, extinction of fish. blurty.com. bobbyzale.com, founder, chairman and national organizer of the Black Panther Party. boingboing.net. boldprint.net. bonjourama.com. bookofnature.org. booktv.org. boomantribune.com. bopnews.com. borowitzreport.com. bostonsoclforum.org. bowelwaring.com, Headhunter, list of non-profits. boom.org. boundless.org. bootel.com/activism.html. bowlingfortruth.com, archive of Michael Moore lies. boxcarbooks.org. boycottdelta.com. bradycampaign.org. brainwashed.com. brandoland.blogspot.com. bread.org. breathofgod.org. brethrenassembly.com/ebooks/opol_1601.pdf, resisting mind manipulation. brianwilson.com, writings by peace activist Brian S. Wilson, a former United States Air Force officer who served in Vietnam. brightestminds.org. brillig.com/debt_clock, the national debt clock. brillig.com/debt_clock, U.S. national debt clock. Britain. brothermalcolm.net, Malcolm X, a research site. btcnews.com/btcnews. Budongst.com, protecting the taxpayers, pledge to make government live within the taxpayers' means. BuddhistEdhikians.org. Bugarit.com. BuildFreedom.com. BuildingBridgesRadio.org. Bureaucrash.com. BustedHalo.com, BustedHalo. ButterflyGallery.org. buy.com/prod/the-hyphen-black-science-modern-techniques-of-ninja-mind, the black science, ancient and modern techniques of ninja mind. BuzzFlash.com. BuzzMachine.com. CAGW.org, Citizens Against Government Waste. CallingAllWingnuts.com. CalPIRG.org, California Public Interest Group. CalPundit.com. Calyx.com/refuse/altindex.html. CampaignMoney.com. CampusActivism.org. CampusProgress.org. CancersTix.org. CapitalEE.org, capital I. CapitalResearch.org, Capital Research Center. CAppWise.com/physicians, physicians for social responsibility. CarolMoore.net. Carsharing.net. Carsharing.org. CarsharingPDX.com. CARTA-RESPONSABILIDADES-HUMANAS.net. RightTruth.typepad.com. CascadiaRising.org. cat.org.au. catalaw.com/doom. catheaven.org. cathedraltales.org. catholicedhikians.org. catholicreformation.org. catholicrenaissance.org. cato.org. cato.org, Cato Institute. cato.org/pubs. cato-at-liberty.org. cato-at-liberty.org. Causes.com. cc2016.com, Conservation Corps 2016. ccnet.com/suntzu75/pern735, Bilderbergers. ccr-ny.org, for constitutional rights. ccr-ny.org/v2/home.asp, Center for Constitutional Rights. cdt.org, Center for Democracy and Technology. CelebrateCreation.org. CemeteryGroup.org. Semnet.org, Cultural Environment Movement. Center. Center for Public Rep.org/litigation-issues dremtmmoney.com. Center for World Change.com. CentristCoalition.com. Century. Series.org. CertifiedEdhikian.org. CESJ.org. CESNerd.org. CESNerd.org, the Center for Studies on New. CFARFreedom.org. CFAV.blogspot.com. CFIF.org, Center for Individual Freedom. CFOI.org.uk, Campaign for Freedom of Information. CFR.org, Council on Foreign Relations. CFR.org, the Council on Foreign Relations. CFR.org/index.php, Council on Foreign Relations. CGAP.org. CGFI.org, Center for Global Food Issues. Change.gov. Change.org. Change.org. Change.org, create a petition. Changemakers.com. ChangeTheEndgame.org. ChangeWorld.net. ChangeOurWorld.org.uk. ChangingMinds.org. ChangingOurWorld.com. ChangingThePresent.org. ChaosDigest.com. ChardonPress.com, books about activism. CharitableChoice.org. Charities.org. CharityistOday.com. CharitiesUSA.com. Charity.org. CharityAmerica.com. CharityChannel.com. charitychannel.com/career_search. charitycommission.gov.uk/CINPRS/first.asp, UK Register of Charities. CharityMall.com. CharityNet.org. CharityUSA.org. CharityVillage.com. CharityWave.com. CharityWeb.com. chem.unep.ch/pops, organic pollutants. ChemicalsOup.org. Chepooka.com. ChicagoGangs.org. ChickenLittleAgenda.com. ChildAbusers.org. ChildAdvocate.org. ChildHouse.uio.no, Children's Rights. ChildrenOfIran.com. Children'sCharities.org. Children'sDefense.org. ChocolateProfit.com. Chomsky.info. Chomsky.info, Noam Chomsky. ChooSechings.com. chrissimuni.com/blog.asp. christiantihikians.org. christianwsservice.com. christianpersecution.info. christiansawards.org. christiansunite.org. christiantaliban.org. christiantraditions.org. christianvocations.org. christybooks.com. chuckharder.com. churchofcreation.org. churchofgenesis.org. churchofnoah.org. churchofthecreation.org. churchofthegoldenrule.org. cia.gov. ciec.org, Citizens Internet Empowerment Coalition. cij.org, 202-662-1595, Coalition for International Justice, War Crimes Investigations. CINAREBL.org, from the mountains of southeastern Mexico to the northern border with the United States, Subcommander Marcos and the people of Mexico trace the forgotten face of a country. A celebration of the struggle for land and dignity. CIPA-APEX.org, 800-316-2739, Council on International and Public Affairs. CircleAlpha.com, downloads. circusofdeath.org. CIR-USA.org, Center for Individual Rights defends individual rights, with particular emphasis on civil rights, freedom of speech, the free exercise of religion, and sexual harassment law. Citizen.com. Citizen.org. Citizen.org/PC-trade/NAFTA/reports/APjoint.htm, the failed experiment. Citizen.org/PC-trade/publications/GTWpubs.htm, NAFTA WDO globalization. Citizen.org/PC-trade/tradehome.html, Global Trade Watch. Citizen.org/trade, Global Trade Watch, promotes democracy by challenging corporate globalization. CitizenCorps.gov, government organization looking for good citizenship. CitizenLink.org. CitizenReviewOnline.org. CITIZENS4CHANGE.org. Citizenshipblog.fedex.designcdt.com. CitizensOfTheAmericanConstitution.org. CitizensUGAR.com. CitizenWorker.org. CitizenEOU.org. CITY-JOURNAL.org, ideas about restoring the quality of life to America's cities. CityOfDeath.com. CityOfDeath.org. CityPaper.net. CivicActions.net. CivicWorldwide.org. CivicYouth.org. CivilLibertarian.blogspot.com. CivilRights.org. CIVPol.org. ClaireWolf.com, TheclaIreFiles.com, Freedom Outlaw. ClamorMagazine.org. Clark.net/pub/pwalker. Clark.net/pub/pwalker/fundraising_and_giving. Clark.net/pub/pwalker/general_nonprofit_resources. CLASmatters.org, Bridging the Class Divide and Other Lessons for Grassroots Organizing. CleanClothes.org, campaign for improving working conditions in the garment industry. CleanClothes.org, monitors sweatshops. CleanClothes.org, who uses sweatshops, cheap labor, child labor. ClearcutterSpurnenhell.org. ClearcuttingIsBlasphemy.org. ClearerChannel.org, activist video community. Clearinghouse.net/chadmin/viewcat/business_employment/human_profit_organizations. Cleomonago.com, activist, community organizer, essayist. Americansfortruth.com. Clevercycles.com. Clueb.org, Center for Law and Education. CLF.org, Conservation Law Foundation. ClimateNetwork.org. Clubforgrowth.org/blog, Club for Growth. CNBC.com/ID/232403911, Fraud in Cyberspace. CNI.org, Coalition for Networked Information. GILC.org, Global Internet Liberty Campaign. AGP.org, People's Global Action. CNS.gov, Corp. For National and Community Service. CNS.mies.edu, Center for Non-Proliferation Studies. CNSJournal.org, CNS Journal, Capitalism, Nature, Socialism. CNSNews.com. CNSNews.com, CNSNews.com. CNT.org, Center for Neighborhood Technology. CNU.org, Congress for the New Urbanism. CNVC.org, Nonviolent Communication. COANews.org. CoastToCoastam.com. CoastToCoastam.com/show/2009/12/09, Economic Setup, Coast to Coast Interview. CODEPINK4PEACE.org. COF.org, Council on Foundations. COGToMuseblog.com. CognitiveLiberty.org. ColemanHoax.com. Collaborativespunk.org. CollateralMurder.com. CollectiveLiberation.org. ComedyCentral.com/shows/the_Colbert_report/index.jhtml. ComedyCentral.com/shows/the_daily_show/index.jhtml. CommandmentBreakers.org. COMMAND-post.org. CommonAncestors.org. CommonCause.org. CommonCause.org. CommonCouncil.org. CommonCouragePress.com. CommonCouragePress.com, Common Courage Press, books for an informed democracy and informed dissent. CommonDreams.org. CommonGroundNews.org. COMMON-PLACE.org. COMMON-SENSE.org. CommonSenseMedia.org. CommonSensePoliticalThought.com. Community.freespeech.org. CommunityCapital.org. CommunityConnection.com, a means for sharing ideas, concepts, and information about the emerging global culture, alternative education, sustainable shared living, socially responsible business, holistic worldwide health, inclusive spiritual values and cosmic consciousness. CommunityGarden.org. CommunityInclusion.org. CommunityInvesting.org. CommunityJobs.org, Newspaper Access, the National Nonprofit Employment Clearinghouse. CommunitiesOUTION.org, GlobalPublicMedia.com. CommunityWalk.com. CommunityZero.com. Compugraph.com/CLR, Campaign for Labor. Concern.net. ConcernCitizen.org. ConcordCoalition.org, the Concord Coalition, Eliminate the Deficit. ConcurringOpinions.com. ConferenceRecording.com. ConfessionsOfSt.Paul.org. Confronteval.org. Congress.org. Connections.org. ConsciousMediaNetwork.com. consentingadults.org, conservapedia.com, conservapedia.com/abiotic_oil, conservation-lands.com, consortiumnews.com, conspiracy.com, conspiracyarchive.com, conspiracynet.com, conspiracypenpal.com, conspiracypenpal.com, conspire.com, conspiretoresist.wordpress.com, constitution.org, contemplateeternity.org, contemplative-activist.blogspot.com, conversationstartas.info, convivencia.net, coolpeoplecare.org, coopamerica.org, cooperativeauto.net, shared transportation, cooperativeresearch.org, cooperativeresearch.org, coopradio.org, coopradio.org, copvcia.com, copvcia.com, the CIA in drug trafficking, corkpsc.org/database, Palestine, information with provenance, views from all points on the ideological spectrum, both Zionist and anti-Zionist, corporatepredators.org, corporatoreport.com, corporateslaves.org, corporations.org, corpse.org, corpwatch.org, corpwatch.org/issues/pii.jsp ?topic ID =104, globalization 101, currentywire.com, counterbias.com, countercurrents.org, countercurrents.org/Wisner110108.htm, counterpunch.org, countavereevote.org, covertaction.org, Covered Action Quarterly, coyotecom.com/list.html, cpbb.org, Center for Budget and Policy Priorities, cpusa.org, Help Fight for a Socialist USA, cracked.com, cracked.com/article_166/there-using-on--right-now.html, crankyprofessor.com, createchange.org, creationethics.org, creativefortwain.net/archives/cat_making_a_difference.php, creativeresistance.ca, Creative Resistance, Creatures greatansmall.org, credoaction.com, crimesagainstcreation.org, crimethinc.com, How to Deal with the Law, crimetimes.org, crion.org, Child Rights, crisis-forum.org.uk/index.html, Crisis Forum, believe that humankind is in serious trouble due to an economic and political system which is destroying our ability to sustain our existence on this planet. Fair.org, Fairness and Accuracy in Reporting, fas.org/asmp/index.html, the Arms Sale Monitoring Project, crisismagazine.com, crisscross.com, criticalthinkers.org, critics.postmodernvillage.com, crookedtimber.org, crooksandliars.com, cruelpunishment.org, cryptogon.com, cryptome.org, cs.caltech.edu/adam/lead/active_links.html, cs.cmu.edu/dst/raise-the-fist, cs.org, Cultural Survival, csa.com, csicop.org, csj.org, International Cultic Studies Association, csmonitor.org, Christian Science Monitor, csn.net/ncl, National Civic League, c-span.org, How Free Media Should Be, ctaa.org, Community Transportation, ctd.org, Technology and Democracy, cto.eds.co.uk, Nonprofits UK. culturalcreatives.org. culturalgenocide.org. call2rechange.org. cultureghost.blogspot.com. culturetransitinfo.org. current.com. currenttv.com. cyanonline.org, California Youth Advocacy Network. cyberspacewar.com. cipher.esusda.gov/11/ace/state/hrcr, dailyfinance.com. dailygalaxy.com. dailyhowler.com. dailycoast.com, dailycoast. dailynewarticles.com. dailyrotten.com. danswerjesus.com. danswerjesus.org. danenet.wicip.org. dangerouslogic.com. danielderezna.com/blog. darpa.mil, mind control. darpa.mil/ipdo/programs/lifelog, how Big Brother will monitor everybody with biochips, etc. data.org. davesweb.cnchost.com, democracy under attack. davidick.com. davidickkebooks.co.uk. davidsuzuki.org. davidswanson.org. don.com. dbm.com/job guide. dc.ndmedia.org. dcn.davis.ca.us/Welsh, citizens against human rights abuse. deadlinepundit.blogspot.com. deadwoodgallery.com. deathpenalty.org. deathpenaltyinfo.org. debatepolitics.com. debatingmatters.com. debtfornature.org. debtslaves.org. deconsumption.typepad.com. defconblog.org. defendamerica.mil. defendblackhills.org, South Dakota. defenddemocracy.org. defendourwildlife.org. defyevil.org. deliberatedumbingdown.com. deliberatedumbingdown.com, former senior policy advisor in the U.S. Department of Education, blew the whistle on government activities. Her inside knowledge will help you protect your children from controversial methods and programs. Dementia.org. demilitarizethepolice.netfirms.com. demnotes.com. democracy.org, Worldwide Democracy Network. zabrinskypoint.org. democracy/ democracy4DALLASNOW.org/resources_1.htm. democracyctr.org. democracyctr.org/blog. democracyforamerica.com. democracyinaction.org. democracynature.org. democracynow.org. democracynow.org. democracynow.org, Democracy Now. democracynow.org, Democracy Now. A national, daily, and independent news program. democracynow.org, Democracy Now, website of the War and Peace Report, broadcast by Amy Goodman and Juan Gonzalez on numerous radio stations in the USA and Canada. democracy-project.com. democraticmedia.org, the Center for Digital Democracy. democraticulnderground.com. democraticulnderground.com. demographics.com, American Demographics. demos.net. dennisfox.net. derechos.org, Human Rights. derekjensen.org. descendantsday.org. developmentgap.org, the development group for alternative ideas and policies. devilbegone.org. devp.org, Catholics for Development and Peace. dfalink.com, Democracy for America. dgsys.com/honor our neighbors. dixutphen.com. deoff.org. deoff.org/page12.htm, 11 inherent rules of corporate behavior. digby'sblog.blogspot.com. dinocrat.com. discoverthenetworks.org. Disinfo.com, Disinfo.net, Disorderedtimes.com, Dissentmagazine.org, DissidentVoice.org, djournal.com, djournal.com/forum, dmcityview.com/rant.shtml, doiemir.typepad.com, doingfreedom.com, donorleaders.org, donorschoose.org, don'tcryforum.org, don'ttearreadinamerica.org, don'ttearreadincreation.org, dosomething.org, volunteer, doentoothers.org, doveofpeace.org, downhillslide.org, dpi.org, Disabled Peoples International, dpz.com, urban planning, draftresistance.org, Alaska draft registration freeze, dragon.acadia.ca/tilde-dejera/hrip/glossary/mnc2.htm, multinational corporations, drainit.org, drdriving.org/pedestrians, drivedemocracy.org, drudgereport.com, drugwar.com, drydipstick.com/peakoil-abiotic-oil.html, dsp.org.au, Democratic Socialist Perspective, good coverage and discussion of developments in the socialist movement around the world, dssrewards.net, 800-437-6371, rewards to report war criminals and crimes against humanity, du.edu/ctir/pubs, Center for Teaching International Relations, du.edu/gsis/hrhw, Human Rights and Human Welfare, duke.edu/tavern/pete.metaindex.html, dust-to-dust.org, dust-to-dust-cemetery.org, eactivist.org, earlyfreespeech.net, earthaction.org, earthchangestv.com, earthfirstgathering.org.uk, earthforce.org, earthfuture.com, earthfuture.org, earthisland.org, earthkillersday.org, earthrights.org, earthsblood.org, earthsummitwatch.org, earthtimes.org, earthtrends.wri.org, eastersunrise.org, ethestate.org, echidneofthenakes.blogspot.com, ecn.org, ecn.org/freedom, eco.org, ecocrime.org, ecoeternity.com, ecoedhikians.org, ecofuture.org/pk/pikergs.html, Planet Keeper's Guide to Related Organizations and Projects, ecogeek.org, ecoliteracy.org, environment, ecomythsmith.blogspot.com, economist.co.uk, The Economist, economist.com, ecoterrorists.org, eco-tsunami.org, ecumenicalidhikians.org, edc.ca/corpinfo/csr/anticorrup/related organizations that work on corporate social responsibility, edenlost.org, edf.org, Environmental Defense Fund, edf.org/pubs, edge.org, educate-yourself.org, educate-yourself.org/cn/Dave McGowan's Tall Anande Biode Coil 05mar05.html, educate-yourself.org/cn/fundamentalist brainwashing 06 June 05.html, educate-yourself.org/nwo/brotherhood part 7.html, eff.org, Electronic Frontier Federation, eff.org/activism, Electronic Frontier, eff.org/activism, Internet Activism and Government Archive. EFF.org/activism/act4_resource.faq EFF.org/pub/activism EFFandmfilm.com FNunsound.com ehow.com/how_20875889_organize-hunger-strike.html, how to organize a hunger strike eireview.org Extractive Industries Review eldrabuzers.org electronicintifada.net electroniciraq.net Electronic Iraq, headed by Chicago-based Ali Abunimah, EI offers news, commentary, analysis, and reference material on the occupation of Iraq. elfagan.com/patriot site emas.org.uk, Echo Management emersonkent.com/speeches/share_the_wealth.htm, Huey Long's idea emissariesofsatan.org emory.edu/soc/globalization emptybell.org en.wikipedia.org/wiki/abiogenic_petroleum_origin en.wikipedia.org/wiki/brainwashing en.wikipedia.org/wiki/susi_northern_Ireland, Council for Education in World Citizenship en.wikipedia.org/wiki/changing_worlds en.wikipedia.org/wiki/committee_on_international_relations_and_conflict_resolutions en.wikipedia.org/wiki/email_fraud en.wikipedia.org/wiki/Iceland_financial_problems en.wikipedia.org/wiki/lies_and_the_lying_who_tell_them en.wikipedia.org/wiki/mind_control, mind control and the battered person syndrome en.wikipedia.org/wiki/political_activist en.wikipedia.org/wiki/prison_activist_resource_center en.wikipedia.org/wiki/share_r_wealth, depression activists en.wikipedia.org/wiki/the_chemical_electro-social_manipulation_of_human_consciousness en.wikipedia.org/wiki/the_world_changes encognitive.com encompassing all manifestations of life and society encyclopedia.freedictionary.com/nedlud, wage slavery endof-the-American-dream.com endtheoccupation.org, Jewish Unity for a Just Peace, an international gathering of grassroots Jewish activists who support a just, viable and lasting peace based on the principles of international law, requiring a complete end to Israel's occupation of the West Bank, East Jerusalem, and the Gaza Strip. Enemiesoffreedom.org enemywithin.org energybulletin.net/node/2423 english.aljazeera.net enn.com/news entropyheals.org enviroedhikians.org enviroholocaust.org envirolink.org envirolink.org/action, activists Center for Training in Organizing and Networking, Action enviroliteracy.org envirolliteracy.org/article.php/1130.html enviroministries.org environmental-expert.com enzym.org.nz EPI.org, Economic Policy Institute, a non-profit, non-partisan economic think tank founded in 1986. ePolitics.com Equalismactivism.com EqualityRights.org EqualJusticeUpdate.org EqualJusticeWorks.org ErnieFord.com/16 tons, wage slavery ESA-ONLINE.org Evangelicals for Social Action EscapeArtist.com escapefromamerica.com, esawatch.com, espn.go.com, espera.org, essential.org, essential.org/goodworks, essential.org/goodworks/jobs, essential.org/monitor, monitor corporations, essential.org/monitor/monitor_resources.html $other, the multinational monitor, essentialmedia.com, ADAN.org, East Timor Action, etc. eternallegacy.org, etext.archive.umich.edu/pub/politics/conspiracy, ethicalconsumer.org, ethicaloil.org, ethicae.org, ethician.org, ethicianaesthetics.org, ethicianamericans.org, ethicianapostles.org, ethiciancemetery.org, ethicianchrist.org, ethicianchurch.org, ethicianexample.org, ethicianfamilies.org, ethicianfamilycemetery.org, ethicianfarmers.org, ethicianfengshui.org, ethicianforesters.org, ethicianhunters.org, ethicianlawyers.org, ethicianmusic.org, ethiciannews.org, ethicianprisons.org, ethicianprophesies.org, ethicianreformation.org, ethiciansprings.com, ethicianvineyards.com, ethiciuse.org, ethiciusespeaks.org, ethicsincorporated.com, eurekalert.org, europeangreens.org/people and parties, evans-expertialism.freewebspace.com/heidisbrainwashing.htm, evecamefirst.org, everydayactivist.com, evilbobby.blogspot.com, evilshenanigans.net/current_affairs, ewam.org.uk, examiner.com, excludedmiddle.com, excludedmiddle.com, seeking new ideas, excludedmiddle.com, seeking new ideas and are tired of the dogmatic attitude of most, execsearches.com, exitsupportnetwork.com/artcls/mm_used.htm, how mind manipulation is used for influence and control, expertwitnessradio.org, explorersfoundation.org, exonsecrets.org, xexposeexon.org, iblast.tv, ezinarticles.com, how to protect yourself from mind manipulation techniques, ezraklein.typepad.com/blog, fac.org, First Amendment rights, fac.org/religion, freedom of religion, facebook.com/pages/uome-game-off-your-share-of-the-national-debt, facing.org, racism, facingchange.com, factcheck.org, factnet.org/rancho1.htm, how does mind control work? factoryfarm.org, faculty.maxwell.syr.edu/mirupert/anti-friedman.htm, the anti-Thomas Friedman page, fafblog.blogspot.com, fair.org, fairness and accuracy in reporting, fair.org/activism/activismkit.html, fairs media activism kit, how to detect media bias, fair.org/index.php, fair, faireconomy.org, fairness.com, fairtrade.org, fairtradefederation.com, fairtradewatch.org/wdowhatis.htm, what is the WDO? fairvote.org, the Center for Voting and Democracy, fairweather.org.au, treat textile workers fairly, faithfreedom.org, the movement of ex-Muslim secularists and humanists to lead Muslims out of faith of hate and into the fold of humanity, falsepatriots.org, familypride.org. famm.org/si_crack_powder_sentencing.htm, Families Against Mandatory Minimums Foundation. fao.org, Food and Agriculture. faqs.org/faqs/net-community/resources/part 1. farc.com. farm.fic.niu.edu, Farmland Trust. fas.org, American Scientists Speak. fatherwilliam.org. fostysblog.blogspot.com, Call for Civil Disobedience, a worldwide strike by the oppressed. fbci.gov, Compassion in Action. fcnl.org, Friends Committee on National Legislation. fdcenter.org/finder.html, List of foundations. fdncenter.org, The Foundation Center. fear.org, Forfeiture Info. feargodlovegod.org. federalismrevealed.tripod.com. federalreserve.gov/pubs. fedupusa.org. feedingfrenzy.org. feedthehungrychildren.org. feelgod.org. feelgoodchurch.org. fr.com, Far Eastern Economic Review. feminist.com. feminist.com/activism/collegeactivism12.html. feralhouse.com. festivalofjoy.org. ff.org, Frontiers of Freedom. fff.org, The Future of Freedom Foundation. ffrf.org, Freedom from Religion. fifthestate.org. fifth-estate-online.co.uk, Forum for Critical Media Thinking. FIJA.org, Fully Informed Jury Association. filmcrewonline.com. finalcall.com. financialarmageddon.com. financialsstability.gov. finerminds.com. advocatefreedom.com. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/Saul_Alinsky, Rules for Radicals. firedoglake.com. firesofsatan.org. firethisTime.org, Deconstruction of the Gulf War, Revealing Media Propaganda and the Devastating Effect of Sanctions. FirstAmendmentCenter.org. FirstAmendmentCenter.org, First Amendment Center, about protecting free speech. first-draft.com. firstmonday.dk/issues/issue8_3/Garfinkel #G1, Leaderless Resistance. firstmonday.org. firstnationsdrum.com. firstthings.com, First Things, a journal of religion, culture, and public life. flagrancy.net. flagstaffactivist.org, Arizona. flashpoint.net. flatlandbooks.com/flatmag.html. flip2it.com. flowersandcents.org. flyingfish.org.uk/articles/dissent/dissent.htm, flyingfish, dissent, and compromise. fmcenter.org, Financial Markets Center. fnvw.org, Friends for a Nonviolent World, Minneapolis. focusweb.org, Focus on the Global South, especially good coverage of WTO and trade issues, headed up by Waldo Bello. foe.org. foe.org, Friends of the Earth. foe.org/international/shareholder, confronting companies using shareholder power. foia.fbi.gov. fojb.org. foodfirst.org. foodstampfraud.org. foolsfromhell.org. fora.tv. forbes.com/power, the world's most powerful people. forbiddenspeak.org. forbiddenspeak.org/reclaim guide. fordham.edu/halsall/mod/modsbook.html, Modern History Sourcebook. foreignaffairs.org. foreignexchange.tv. foreignpolicy.com, Foreign Policy. foreignpolitikenfocus.org. foreignpolicy-infocus.org, American Foreign Policy in Focus. foreignreport.com. forestcouncil.org. forestguardians.org. foreverwild.org. forefuturigenerations.org. forteantimes.com. forums.canadian-content.net/science-environment/59993-abiotic-oil.html. forward.com. foto8.com, an online magazine featuring quality photojournalism. fourwalls8windows.com, 800-788-3123, some good anti-establishment books. fpa.org, Foreign Policy Association. fpif.org, Foreign Policy in Focus. fpip.org, Foreign Policy in Focus. fracturedlands.com. fragmentsweb.org. fraudguides.com. freeality.com. freeburial.org. freekamenish.net. freechild.org/youth_activism_2.htm. Freedom of expression. freedom4um.com. freedom4um.com. freedomain.blogspot.com, free domain, the logic of personal and political freedom. freedomanradio.com. freedomarchives.org, prison reform. freedomcenter.org. freedomdemocrats.org. freedomfchs.com, freedom from electronic surveillance videos. freedom-force.org. freedomforum.org. freedomhouse.org. freedominourtime.blogspot.com. freedommag.org. freedomofmind.com/resource center, get out of being controlled. freedomparty.org. freedom-school.com. freedomsite.org. freedomtochoose.org. freedomtofascism.com. freedom-to-tinker.com. freedomwell.com, feminists for free expression. weogod.org. freedomworks.org. freedomworks.org, empower America. freeenergynews.com. freeenergynews.com/directory/theory/sustainable oil. freegaza.org. freeinternetpress.com. freelarryhoover.org, the whole truth, former Chicago gang leader. freelebanon.org. freeliberal.com. freelytribalgods.net. freeman.org. Free Market Magazine. freemuslims.org. freepachotogallery.org. freepress.net. free-radical.org. freeradicalmedia.com. freerepublic.com. freespeech.org. freespeechcoalition.com. freespiritministry.org. freestateproject.org. free-syria.com. freedhechildren.org. freedhewomen.org. freetochoose.org. freewayblogger.com. freewheelers.com, shared transportation. freeworldfilmworks.com. freeerbrain.org, thought control, language manipulation, mind reading. friendsofliberty.com. friendsofparksandwildlife.org. fringoreport.com. frogjoy.com. fromthewilderness.com. fromthewilderness.com/free/www3/01120-5_no_free_pt2.html. frontpagemag.com. frontrangeliving.com. ftrbooks.net/psych/mind_control.htm. fullfrontalpolitics.com. fullmoon.nu. fundforjesus.org. futurepundit.com. futuretheft.org. g8cyclecaaravan.org. g8protest.org. GaiaEstates.com. Galen.org, the Galen Institute. GalleryNetwork.org. GarbagingGarbageOut.org. GasResources.net/introduction.htm. GatesFoundation.org, Bill Gates helps people. GauntletPress.com. GayFamily.org. Gaza.net/webdir/index.php. GEdwardGriffin.com. Genderside.org. GENE-O-CIDE.org. GentleJesus.org. GenuineConservatives.org. GenuinePatriots.org. GEO-GEEK.blogspot.com. GetAfghanistanRight.com. GetIdeas.org. gilc.org/index.html, Global Internet Liberty Campaign. Joviano.org. Give.org. GiveMeLiberty.org. GiveInline.org. gla.ac.uk/centres/media group, people who have worked in the unit at Glasgow University, promote the development of new methodologies and substantive research in the area of media and communications. glaad.org, gay and lesbian. glenngreenwald.blogspot.com. glema.org, CLMA exists to make the healthcare environment a place of empathy, justice, and equity. glnpodcast.com, a revolutionary. globalactionplan.org. globalaffairs.org. globalchange.msu.edu. globaldialogue.com. globalecho.org, Global Echo. News and current affairs from around the world. globaleconomicanalysis.blogspot.com. globalexchange.org. globalfight.com. globalgiving.com, donate to projects around the world. globalgiving.org. globalgovernancewatch.org. globalidasbank.org. globalidasbank.org. globalissues.org. globalization.com. globaljusticemovement.net. globalopps.org. globalpolicy.org. globalpost.com. globalpulsejournal.com. globalresearch.ca. globalresearch.ca, Center for Research on Globalization. globalrightsworldprayers.org. globalsecurity.org. globalsecurity.org/military. globalurban.org. global-visionaries.org. globalvoicesonline.org. gmu.edu/departments/bkaplan/museum/museframe.htm, Museum of Communism. gnn.tv, Guerrilla News Network. gnosticmedia.com. go2god.org. goazep.org. god-101.blogspot.com. go2ndcountry.org. godblessedamerica.org. godblessourpresident.org. godblesstheworld.org. godcreatedscience.org. godcreesatbullfights.org. goddessmusings.blogspot.com. goddess-of-fire.tripod.com/index-1.html, Biowarfare Research Laboratory, West Nile Virus Research. godissa.org. geodisdying.org. geodiswild.org. godkillers.org. godlaughs.org. godlistens.org. godlovesbeauty.org. godlovesbirds.org. godloveseagles.org. godlovesflowers.org. godlovesgoodpeople.org. godlovessnakes.org. godlovestateworld.org. godlovesvegans.org. godlovesvegetarians.org. godlovesvultures.org. godloveswildflowers.org. godmustbeangry.org. godofhate.org. godsartgallery.org. godsbabies.org. godsbankaccount.org. godsdilemma.org. godsforests.org. godsgreenhouse.org. godspaintbrush.org. godsreflection.org. godstapestry.org, godswilderness.org, godswillobedone.org, godthescientist.org, gogeronimo.org, ride sharing, goldenruleministries.org, goldie-taylor-project.com, guns, etc., golfkills.org, golfwithnature.com, good.is, goodjobsfirst.org, gopetition.com, georgs.co.uk, Gorgs Graphics, gospelchannel.org, govexcc.com/dailyfed, govspot.com/no/poverty.hdm, grahamhancock.com, scientists discover an ancient human relative, grandpageorge.com, folk wisdom and folklore thoughts on issues like gun control, earth warming and the philosophy of a great life, grantsmart.org, grassfire.org, grassroots.org, grassroots.org, free web services to non-profits, grassrootsnetroots.org, grassrootsonline.org, greatdreams.com, greatideas.org, greedwatch.ca, greenanarchy.org, greenbelt.org, greenbookcase.co.uk, Green Books, publishers of books about the environment, ecology, gardening, organics, conservation and green issues, greendeath.org, green-estates.com, greenimages.org, greenleft.org.au, greenleft.org.au, Green Left Weekly, newspaper coming out of Australia, greenpeace.org, greenpeace.org.uk, greenpeace.org/USA, Greenpeace, greenpeaceusa.org, green-planet-solar-energy.com, green-planet-solar-energy.com/abiotic-oil.html, greenrevolution.org, greens.org, greensinglay.com, dating website, greenspyrit.com, greenspyrit.com, a consultancy focusing on environmental policy and communications in natural resources, biodiversity, energy, and climate change, greentechmedia.com, greenwatch.org, gregforestmedia.com/blogs, gregbraden.com, Humanity at a Crossroads, gregpalast.com, gridlockedamerica.org, grist.org, groovygreen.com, groundzero.com, groundzeromedia.org, growingpower.org, eat healthier, guren.org/zerowaste/articles, guardachUva.org, guerrillanews.com, guerrillawomntn.blogspot.com, guerrillanews.com, guidastayr.org, guidastayr.org/search, gulfnews.com/business/general/10104676.html, investor greed drives fraud, gunsight.com/journals/val-hal.html, the right of the people or the power of the state, bearing arms, gunowners.org, gunowners.org/activism.hdm, Goa Legislative Action Center, gush-shalom.org, Gush Shalom, news and commentary on the Palestine/Israel conflict, gvnews.net, Global Vision News Network, gwobi.net, habitat.org, build houses, habitat.org, Habitat for Humanity, hackingthebrain.com, hacktivismo.com, hacktivismo.com, a group of international hackers, human rights workers, artists, and others who seek to further the goals of human rights through technology, haloscan.com, handsnet.org, handsoffvenezuela.org, happygod.org, harlemvillageacademies.org, schools, hartfordimc.org, Hartford Independent Media Collective, hatherapies.com/brainwashing.hdm, hawaii.edu/caps/rio/rio.htm, registered independent organizations. hazelhenderson.com, Sustainable Energy, Future of the World. hbo.com/Bill Maher. hcr.org, Human and Civil Rights Organizations America. hcr.org, Human and Civil Rights Organizations. hcvadvocate.org. headlinespot.com. heathenradionetwork.com. healingcelebrations.com. hillel.com/links/grassroots.html, grassroots activists handbook, resources, and links. heargod.org. heart.ca/men/page3.html, abusive brainwashing techniques. heart7.net/brainwsh.html. heartland.org, the Heartland Institute. heatherpennington.com, Greed, Fraud, and Ignorance, a subprime insider's look at the mortgage collapse. heavensgates.org. heaven-words.com. hegodishigod.org. hellodimage.com/homespot/rants.htm. hellwaytest4clearcutters.org. helping.org. helpnetworks.com. helpyourcommunity.org. herbertwarmstrong.com, right wing. heretical.com. hereticalideas.com. heritage.org, the Heritage Foundation. hermes-press.com/brainwash1.htm. hgtv.com/change the world. hiddenknowledge.multiply.com/journal/item/7, in a world of abundance and neg entropy there is no need to fight over dwindling resources. hiddenmysteries.com. hiddenway.tripod.com/world, a links portal to various world building information. uprisingradio.org. highclearing.com. highwaytohell.org. hinduedhikians.org. hipforums.com. hipopinion.com. highvaidsearch.com. hk.super.net/ahrchk, Asian Human Rights Commission. hli.org, Human Life International. Topics include AIDS, population control, natural family planning, and Planned Parenthood. hmd.org.uk, Holocaust Memorial Day. hofj.org, Homeowners for Justice. holisticgeek.com. holyhexes.com. holytrinitycemetery.org. homelandstupidity.us. homestayarrunner.com. homosexualityhikians.org. honorarth.com. hoover.stanford.edu, the Hoover Institution. hopeworldwide.org. horizonmag.com, community development. horsesass.org. hospitalinfection.org. hotair.com. housingpanic.blogspot.com. howardbloom.net, founder of the International Paleopsychology Project. howardrichards.org/peace. howstuffworks.com/brainwashing1.htm. hrc.org, Human Rights Campaign. hrc.org, Human Rights Campaign Fondrer. hrcactioncenter.org, Human Rights. hrea.org/erc/library/list.php, Human Rights Education Library. hrsolidarity.net. hrw.org, Human Rights Watch. hueylong.com/program/share-r-wealth.php, Depression Program. huffingtonpost.com, Abiotic Oil. huffingtonpost.com, Huffington Post. human.com. humaneteen.org. humaneventsonline.com. humaneventsonline.com, Human Events. humanitarianinfo.org. humankindness.org. humblelibertarian.com. hungerstrike.com. huntsvillebeautiful.org. huntsvillenews.net. HUNTSVILLETEXAS77340.org. hupai.com/kangaroo/activism.hdm, activism in 3 easy steps. Huxley.net/studyaid/BNW Baron, wage slavery. Hypnotism-and-demanipulation.com. hypocrisyisblasphemy.org. hypocrisytoday.com. IACenter.org, International Action Center, founded by Ramsey Clark. IAE.NL/users/lightnet/world/mark.htm, natural healing articles and conspiracies. ENDRinstitute.org, how to start a referendum. IAP.org, Islamic Association for Palestine. IAP2.org/practitioner-tools/index.html. IAVA.org, IAVA. IBLMFpatriarchy.com. IBLMFpatriarchy.com, reasontostand.org, survivalinternational.org, e1tanuleft.typepad.com, democraticunderground.com. iCare.to. icarusfilms.com/cat97/p-s/people_p.html, in-depth look at nonviolent revolutions around the world. icbl.org, campaign to ban landmines. iclei.org, local environmental initiatives. ICTIA.org, Center for Technology Assessment, Environmental. IDEA.int, International Institute for Democracy and Electoral Assistance. IdeaCityOnline.com. Idealist.org. Idealist.org, 15,000 non-profit corp listings. Ideologic.org. Idleworm.com. Iron.org, Global Learning. IEET.org, Institute for Ethics in Emerging Technologies. IENearth.org, Indigenous Environmental Network, a network of indigenous peoples empowering indigenous nations and communities towards sustainable livelihoods, demanding environmental justice and maintaining the sacred fire of traditions. IFAT.org/fairtrade-defin. IFCNR.com, International Foundation for the Conservation of Natural Resources. IFCOnews.org. EFED.net, Internet Free Expression Alliance. EFED.net, Internet Free Expression Alliance. IFEX.org, International Freedom of Expression Alert, covering freedom of expression abuses and issues from around the world. IFG.org, Forum on Globalization. IFG.org, International Forum on Globalization, a North-South research and educational institution composed of leading activists, economists, scholars, and researchers providing analyses and critiques on the cultural, social, political, and environmental impacts of economic globalization. IGC.apc.org. IGC.apc.org/amnesty. IGC.apc.org/PBI, Peace Brigades International. IGC.org, Institute for Global Communications. IGC.org/IGC/Laborniti/Index, IGC.org/Worldviews. IGC-apc.org/ODN, Overseas Development Network, Guide to Internships, Volunteer Work, and Employment Opportunities with Development Organizations. iGive.com. IJ.org. IJV.org.uk, Independent Jewish Voices, British Jews promoting alternative to mainstream views of the Israel/Palestine conflict. IllegalVoices.org. ILLUMINATI-NEWS.com. Illuminati.com, 800-680 INET, Good Books About the Corrupt World. ILO.org, International Labour Organization. ILSR.org, Institute for Local Self-Reliance. ILSR.org, Local Self-Reliance. ImaginePeace.com. iMediaMarketplace.org. IMO.org, International Maritime Organization. ImpactPress.com. ImprovingOurWorld.com. InCentralEurope.com. IncestisBest.org. Incorrect.com. INDEonline.com. independenceamall.com/jokes/paul_incorrect.html. independenceopinion.blogspot.com. independent.org. independent.org, the Independent Institute. independentreview.org, the Independent Review, a journal of political economy. independentcharities.org. independentsector.org. independentsector.org/members/job_postings.htm. indepcc.org. indiademocracy.com, a comprehensive pro-democracy website that provides you with a platform to interact with your elected representatives and helps you widen your political and democratic horizons. indie-rpgs.com. indibuddy.org. indibuddy.org, San Francisco Bay Area Independent Media Center. indyish.com. indiemedia.org. indiemedia.org.uk. indiepress.org. inequality.org. infact.org. infidels.org. infidels.org/activist/index.html, activists corner. infobase.internext.net/impact/10nplist.html. informationclearinghouse.info. informationclearinghouse.info, news you won't find on CNN or Fox or the BBC. infoshop.org. infoshop.org/inews. infowar.com. infowars.com. info-wars.org. infrastructurereportcard.org, you can check the condition of your state's infrastructure in the IS report. innerdimensions.org. innovativecommunities.org. insiderpages.com. insightmag.com, published by the Washington Times. insightscoop.typepad.com. instaputs.blogspot.com. insurrexion.org. integralage.org. integralage.org, Integral Institute. intellectualactivist.com. intellectualconservative.com. intellectualwhores.org. intelweb.janes.com. interacademycouncil.net, inventing a better future. interaction.org. interaction.org/jobs. interactivist.net. interesting-people.org. interfaithedhikians.org. interights.org, International Human Rights Law Database. internationalanswer.org. internationalanswer.org, Stop War. internationalist.org. internationaltaskforce.org. internetprospector.org/charities.htm, research for nonprofit corporations. internet-prospector.org/sec-state.html, Secretary of State Offices, tracks for profit and non-profit corporations. inthestimes.com. inthestimes.com. inthewake.org. intimatehealers.org. investinyoursoul.org. Involved in the advancement of American and global education. ipen.org. ipgbook.org. ipi.org, Institute for Policy Innovation. ipj-ppj.org, Peace and Justice. ipsnews.net, Interpress News Service, product of the Interpress Service. iptv.org, Iowa Public TV. IranCPI.org, Iran Constitution Party. IranStudents.org, Student Movement Coordination Committee for Democracy in Iran. IraqBodyCount.net. irc.state.ky.us/other/internet/bmiller.htm, international organizations. irx.org. irn.org, International Rivers Network. irs.stries.gov/prod/bus_info/eo/eo search.html, IRS database of tax-exempt database. irstaxes.com/tax_scams.html. esrt.com/activist_organizations_menu.htm. iscc.org.uk Ecology and Culture. Ishmael.org. ISIL.org, International Society for Individual Liberty. islam-online.net/english/index.html, Islam Online, in English. islandpress.org, activist type books. iso.ch. isils.com, suppressed inventions. itdp.org, transportation and development policy. itsoureconomy.us. iuniverse.com. iww.org, Industrial Workers of the World. Jainsamaj.org, a holistic and positive concept. jamali-online.com, Manacher Jamali, a Persian philosopher. jameshowardkunstler.typepad.com. jameswolcott.com. janedoe0911.tripod.com. janegoodall.org, Animals. janseiden.com. jatoenique.org, Jews against the occupation of Palestinian lands. jpurplewolf.com. jgaskill.com. jc2m.co.uk/pmu.hdm, Prison Media Monitoring Unit. jeffreyberinger.com. jerusalemiloveyou.net. jesusbirthday.org. jesuscomeback.org. jesuschrist.org. jesusforgives.org. jesusschatzchristians.org. jesus-is-savior.com. jesusicewatching.org. jesuslovespeace.org. jesusmadeaz.org. jesuspolice.com. jesustrees.org. jesuswasjewish.org. jesusweeps.org. jesusworsandals.org. jewelhistories.com, Earth magnetism. jewishedhikians.org. jewishfriendspalestine.org, Jewish Friends of Palestine. jewwatch.com, keeping a close watch on Jewish communities, organizations. jfa.net, advocacy group for crime victims, pro-capital punishment. jfkmurdersolved.com. ybigo.yahoo.edu/related/htm number health. jihadwatch.org. jimhightower.com. jimmars.com. jmunium.com. jobleads.org, 800-251-7740, Interchristo, Christian Job Network. joepolitico.com. johnmckay.blogspot.com. johnnyroadtrip.com. johnperkins.org. johnpilger.com. johnpilger.com, writing of John Pilger. johnzerlstory.com, free energy. johntaylorgatto.com. jointogether.org. jonesreport.com. joshualandis.com. Journal of Aesthetics and Protest.org. Journals in the Field. joyunlimited.org. juancole.com. jubileeusa.org. judibari.org. judicial-inc.biz. jumpforward.com. justassociates.org/actionguide.htm. justforeignpolicy.org/blog, /justforeignpolicy. justice.org, the American Family Advocacy. justzac.blogspot.com. kabbalah.com. KalaniOSullivan.com. lighthousepatriotjournal.wordpress.com. tikkun.org/magazine. kaliex.com. caryva.org. linefeed.org. carlroebling.com. cawther.info. keepitclean.com. keeptexaswild.org. keepyourasets.net. kelly.jefferson.net/activism, pro-life feminism, death penalty abolition, women's issues, human rights, domestic violence, the environment, free speech online. kexb.org. kfai.org/activism.htm. kickstart.org, provide technology. kidscharities.org. kidsforpeace.org, kidsmeetingkids.org, killercoke.org, Coca-Cola, killingtrain.com, killthechildren.org, kimsoft.com/kimpol.hdm, political activism resources, kiva.org, microlending, make a small loan, klamathbasincrisis.org, napster.blogspot.com, nofree.com, komotion.org, artists group, conformist.com, the Internet Underground magazine dedicated to rebellion, koonies.com, ks-ra.org, the Kansas Republican Assembly, kubatana.net, Zimbabwe, kunstler.org, labornotes.org, lagos.com, Lagos, a Quebecois journal for independence, feminism, and socialism, laissez-fairerepублc.com, lakeviewaction.org, organizes around public issues important to its members, Lando F. the Free Homeo F. the Brave.org/WP, larochepub.com, larryeverest.com, Oil, Power, and Empire, Iraq and the U.S. Global Agenda, larryeverest.com, Oil, Power, and Empire, Iraq and the U.S. Global Agenda, lastbullfight.org, lastrodeo.org, lastwizards.com, latino.sscnet.ucla.edu, latinoweb.com, latinwavesmedia.com, law.csuohio.edu/lawlibrary/int_resources.html, organizations which focus on human rights, law.csuohio.edu/lawlibrary/international, human rights, international law, law.house.gov, law.uc.edu/Diana, human rights, law.umkc.edu/faculty/projects/ftrials/Chicago 7/Sealb.htm, biography of Bobby Seale, lawandpolitics.blogspot.com, law.lib.utoronto.ca/Diana/mainpage.htm, women's human rights, lazarletter.com, communications, the airwaves, lbbs.org/sep/sep.htm, leadingthecharge.com, leanleft.com, leapgroginvest.com, financial services to the poor, learningtojive.org, lefarkins.blogspot.com, leftbankbooks.com, leftbehindcult.org, leftbusinessobserver.com, Left Business Observer. The New York-based Left Business Observer is a monthly newsletter that comments on business, economics, and politics. lefthandleftist.blogspot.com, leftinsf.com, Left in SF political blog, leftinthewist.com, leftists.newsvine.com, leftwing-christian.net, leftyblogs.com, legitgov.org, lendingsanity.com, lesbianedhikians.org, lessons.netfirms.com/index.shtml, lessonsinlife.org, elitmepeoplego.org, letsplaygod.org, lourockwell.com, lexingtonlibertarian.blogspot.com, liberalconspiracy.org, liberaloasis.com, liberalpreacher.blogspot.com, libertarians4peace.net, committed to ending to United States military intervention and imperialism which benefits powerful government and corporate special interests. avaaz.org/en/bali_report_back, join with people around the world in taking action on pressing global issues. libertarianworld.com, liberty.net, libertyforall.net, libertyforlife.com, libertyhumanrights.org.uk, libertymls.com/gulch, libertynet.org, liberty-page.com, libertypost.org. libertyroundtable.org, libertytree.com, liberzine.com, libar.org/ISC, information for social change, lic.org, local independent charities, lifeafterpeakoil.com, lifeaftertheoilcrash.net, lifeischeap.org, lifeiscreation.org, lightlink.com, linkproject.org, linktv.org, Arabic News Network, lists.indiemedia.org, mailing lists, livable.org, livable communities, livefree.org, livefrenow.org, liveleak.com, livingdemocracy.org, livingeconomies.org, Living Economies Organization, livingissues.com, lizmichael.com, lobster-magazine.co.uk, activist, lobster-magazine.co.uk, parapolitics, loc.gov, Library of Congress, locsata.org, Locsata, People's Power, a nonpartisan people's movement for better governance that stands for rule of law and democratic reforms. longnow.org, the Long Now Foundation, paxchristiusa.org, International Catholic Movement for Peace. loombreaker.org.uk, a monthly free newsfeed reporting on radical direct action in the Manchester area. loompanics.com/CGI local/softcart.exe/articles. LOOSECHANGE911.com, New World Order. lordsprayer.org. losthorizons.com, cracking the income tax code. lewisbeam.com/leaderless, white supremacist talks about activism. loaandleft.org. loyaltochrist.org. luf.org. leesistrateaproject.com. macfound.org, Human Rights and International Justice. machomadness.org. macplanet.com. madcowprod.com. mad.org/activism, Mothers Against Drunk Driving. madre.org, Central American Women. magenta.nl/crosspoint, European Crosspoint Anti-Racism. magnet.ch/serendipity/CIA. mahablog.com. magictheist.typepad.com. majorityrights.com. makejesushappy.org. make-worldbetter.blogspot.com. malcolm-x.org. manhattan-institute.org, Manhattan Institute for Policy Research. maquilasolidarity.org, Workers in Mexican Factories. markdroberts.com/hdm files/resources/evangelicalactivism.hdm, Christian activism. markfiore.com/animation/dissent.html, political cartoons. marklinaz.org, marklinaz.org, website of author Mark Linus. marqueeproject.com/worldlygoods.html. maruthicrankpot.blogspot.com. marxists.org. marxmail.org, Marxism mailing list, a good place to go if you are a relative newcomer to Marxism and socialism. marinologc.org, Marinol Office for Global Concerns. masonrysociety.org, Secret Society. masskillers.org. massresistance.org. matrix-at.com. matthewdeluz.co.uk. matthewiglesias.com. maxexchange.com/mpdn, Middle East Peace Dialogue Network. maximumamerica.com. mbaswithoutborders.org. mbpolitics.com, message board. mcclatchydc.com. mcdonough.com, mbdc.com, The New Industrial Revolution. mckinley.com, list of non-profits. mckinsey.com/mgi, The McKinsey Global Institute, MGI. mcspotlight.org, Anti-McDonald's, the fast food restaurant. mcspotlight.org/beyond, corporate watchdogs. media-alliance.org, Resource Center for Media Workers, Political Activists, and Community Organizations. Promotes diverse, accountable, and ethical media. mediachannel.org. mediachannel.org/affiliates/topic. mediacoalition.org. mediademocracyday.org. mediafilter.org. medialens.org. mediamatrix.puissant.com, electronic mind control called psychotronics. mediamatters.org. mediamatters.org/index, Media Matters. mediamonarchy.com. mediareform.net. mediareform.org. mediarzarch.org, a conservative media watchdog group. mediarights.org, non-profit, based in New York, but accessible around the world via their website that helps to showcase important social issue documentaries and puts media makers, educators, librarians, non-profits, and activists in contact with each other to enable the use of documentaries to generate discussion and encourage action on contemporary social issues. mediatank.org/issues. meditationminute.org. meetup.com, meeting place for activists. meforum.org, Middle East. melbourne.indiemedia.org. mimpool.com. memorialecosystems.com. mensactivism.org. mensactivism.org/index.php/getting_started. mentisfugit.blogspot.com. merchantsofdeath.org. mercycorps.org. maria.net. maryp.org, the Middle East Research and Information Project. methodistedhikians.org. mexonline.com/nafta.hdm, NAFTA, Mexico Resources. mfso.org, Military Families Speak Out. michaelberuba.com. michaelmoore.com. michaelparenti.org, Attack on Democracy. microworlds.org. medistweb.org. micpac.org, Progressive Election Alert. militarycorruption.com. militarytribunal.org. mindchanging.com. mindcontrol101.blogspot.com. mind-control-exposed.com. mindjustice.org. ming.tv. minitruth.com. minorityperspective.co.uk. minorityrights.org. mises.org. mises.org, Ludwig von Mises Institute. mises.org/story/2895, has capitalism failed? missionu.org. mrcrunchy.com. mrpoll.com, active internet opinion poll with a directory of controversial subjects. mit.edu/activities/safe/home.html, moe.org, Michigan Land Use Institute. mnf-iraq.com. mnogo.truden.com/archives/115.html, mind manipulation. mobility.ch, shared transportation. mobilize.org, makes democracy work better by investing in millennial-driven solutions. mobresistance.org, microchips implantation. moderateleft.com. modernghana.com. emojones.com. moles.org. moles.org, Project Underground. mondaybiot.com, George Monbiot. George Monbiot is a British journalist and a contributor to The Guardian. mondiplo.com, Le Monde Diplomatique, website of the prestigious French newspaper. money.cnn.com. moneycan'tbuy.org. moneycontrol.com. moneyfiles.org. moneyworship.org. monkeyfist.com, backwoods-home.com/articles2/aub75.html, political activism, backwoods style by Masad Ayoub. monthlyreview.org, monthly review, website of the oldest and best independent monthly Marxist magazine published in New York. Moraldefense.org, pro-capitalism. Moralifa.org. Maradhanmoney.org. Mormonidhikians.org. Morningstaronline.co.uk, Morningstar. The only socialist daily newspaper in the English language worldwide. Mortaljive.blogspot.com. Mortgage.freedom blogging.com/2008/04/greed-fraud-in-ignorance-in-subprime. Mortgagedailycom/bookgreedfraud041108.asp. MosesRepents.org. Most oil is not a fossil fuel according to the abiotic theory. Mostlywater.org. MotherJones.com. MothersPeak.org, Military Mothers. MountainJusticeSummer.org. MoveOn.org. Movements.net. MovingIdeas.org, Moving Ideas. MRC.org. MRC.org, Media Research Center. MST3KINFO.com. MTVU.com/on_MTVU/activism. MTVU.com/on_MTVU/activism. MTVU.com/on_MTVU/activism/Darfur_digital_activist. Muckraker.com. Multied.com, India Human Rights. multilingual-matters.net. Multinationalmonitor.org, Multinational Monitor, tracks corporate activity, especially in the Third World, focusing on the export of hazardous substances, worker health and safety, labor union issues and the environment. Multinationalmonitor.org, watch corporations. MuslimMediaWatch.org. MuslimMediaChikians.org. MuslimParadise.org. MutualAid.org. Mutualist.blogspot.com. MVPSOA.org, military, veterans and patriotic service organizations. My3CENTS.com. MyDailyConstitution.org 1WORLDCOMMUNICATION.org. MyDD.com. MyEarthHour.org. MyPeakoil.org. N5M.org, Next 5 Minutes Conference Series. NAACP.org, National Association of Colored People. NACAB.org.uk, Citizens Advice Bureau. Nader.org. NAFFoundation.org, Conspiracy of Silence. NairaNaira.com, Nigerian Forum for Open Discussion on Entertainment, Politics. NakedProtesters.com. NameThatConspiracy.com. NanoWorlds.org. NAPA-TEXAS.org. NarcoNews.com, CIA's drug dealings. NarcoNews.com, Narco News Bulletin, reports on the drug war and anti-imperialist resistance from Latin America. NASpear.org, network of activist scholars of politics and international relations. NationalCenter.org, National Center for Public Policy. NationalCenter.org, National Center for Public Policy Research, a conservative think tank. NationalCenter.org, the National Center for Public Policy Research. NationalDayOfHypocrisy.org. NationalForestGuardians.org. Nationalist.org. NationalTrust.org, Historic Preservation. NationalVanguard.org. NationOfAddicts.org. NationOfHypocrites.org. NaturalBornCitizen.wordpress.com, referee between the government and the people. NaturalFengShui.com. NaturalsTEP.org. NatureDefenseFund.org. NaturaPreservancy.org. northbyestar.org/cycles/recessions.html. NCAC.org, they work to balance the rights of all individuals on issues dealing with threats to free flow on information, school censorship, obscenity laws, and freedom of expression. NCADP.org, abolish the death penalty. ncbcp.org, National Coalition on Black Civic Participation. nccs.urban.org, National Center for Charitable Statistics. nci.org, Nuclear Control Institute. ncl.org, National Civic League. ncna.org, Council of Nonprofit Associations. ncnb.org, National Center for Nonprofit Boards. ncpia.org, National Center for Policy Analysis. ncpia.org, National Center for Policy Analysis, a nonprofit, nonpartisan public policy research institute whose mission is to seek private sector solutions to public policy problems. ncpeace.org, Peace Center of Nevada County. ncwcnbest.net, National Council of Welfare, advisory body to the Canadian government on matters of concern to low-income people. nd.edu/lib/internet/guide_human_rts, International Human Rights Resources. needlenose.com. neighborsproject.org, people living in cities who want to connect with their diverse neighbors to improve the neighborhood for everyone. neilshakespeare.blogspot.com. neofascist.org. neo-neocon.blogspot.com. naavt.com/left/front page. netaction.org. netaction.org, tips on being an activist. netage.org. netime.org. newamerica.net. newamerica.net, for young people, get involved. newamerica.net, New American Foundation. newamerica.net. newc4.org. newc4.org. newcommandments.org. newdream.org. newcon.org. newenergyfuture.com. newgrounds.com. anywint.org, New Internationalist. newleftreview.net, New Left Review, the most prestigious academic journal analyzing all aspects of capitalism from a Marxist perspective. newmillenniumprophesies.org. neworleansvfp.org. newparty.org, the New Party believes that the social, economic, and political progress of the United States requires a democratic revolution in America, the return of power to the people. newprofit.com. newroadmap.com. news.bbc.co.uk. news.findlaw.com. newsbusters.org. newsbusters.org. newscientist.com. newsmax.com. newsocialist.org. newsplace.org. newsprojecthamid.org/blog. newstandardnews.net, the New Standard. Non-profit, ad-free, independent and uncompromised news. newstatesman.com. newswithviews.com. newtraditions.org. newtribalventures.com. newurbannews.com. newviewcampaign.org. newworldministries.org. newworldnextweek.com. newworldordernews.com. newworldorderreport.com. newyorker.com/online/blogs. newyorkwaste.com. nextcity.com. ngltf.org, gay and lesbian. nhpr.org, New Hampshire Public Radio. neard.org.in/clic/rrdl12.html, child exploitation. NewJerseyCitizenAction.org, New Jersey Citizen Coalition. nlcnet.org, National Labor Committee. nmsr.org. nndb.com. noahsanctuary.org. noahsanimals.org. noahsarmy.org. nobel.se/peace/laureates/index.html. nobel.se/peace/laureates/index.html, the Nobel Peace Prize, laureates. nocards.org. nocompromise.org. nodo50.org. nofeast.blogspot.com. nogf2small.org. noindoctrination.org, backlash of conservatives against liberals on college campuses. NoMoreFakeNews.com, NoMorePrisons.org, Nonprofit.gov, Nonprofit.net, NonprofitCareer.com, NonprofitCareers.com, 888-844-4870, NonprofitInfo.org, NonProfit-info.org, NonprofitJobs.org, Nonprofits.org, Nonprofits.org/NPOFAQ, frequently asked questions, Nonprofitsoci.org, NonProfit-staffing.com, Nonviolence.org, Nonviolence.org/traint, Nonviolence.org/WRL, Nonviolencehelp.tripod.com/index.html, Nonviolence Norbusiness.com, Norn.org, Nonprofit Outreach Network, helps nonprofits get on the Internet. Northernzone.com, 800-258-8579, Activist T-shirt shop. NoStatusQuo.com, NoSweatshoplabel.com, Australia. NoDenourname.net, oppose the war. NovaMRadio.com, Novem Radio Network. NovaTownHall.com, November.org/stayinfo/stayinformed.html, Novus.org, NOW.org, National Organization for Women. NowDC.org, NPA-US.org, National People's Coalition. NPR.org, National Public Radio. NPTimes.com, NPExpress.com, NRA.org, National Rifle Organization. NRADefenseFund.org, Defend Guns. NRDC.org, Natural Resources. NTIC-US.org, Resources for Grassroots Groups. NuclearPolicy.org, Nuclear Policy Research Institute, Creating Consensus for a Nuclear-Free World. UNHCR.ch, UN High Commissioner for Refugees. NewKeydisting.enviroweb.org, NUL.org, Civil Rights, National Urban League. Nutbolts.com, Magazine for Nonprofit Pros. NW.org, nwo-warning.tripod.com/mark-of-the-beast2.html, nyc.strategypage.com, nydailynews.com/topics/activists, nypost.com, NYSDA.org, New York State Defenders Association. oaklandinstitute.org, Oakland Institute. obituarieshelp.org, obscuristory.com, OBS Store and Reading Room. obsidianwings.blogs.com, occupationwatch.org, occupyapac.org, occupycorporatism.com, occupymay1st.org, occupysf.com, occupytheboardroom.org, occupywallstreet.org, occupywashington.org, occupywriters.com, oddgodsproductions.com, odemagazine.com, offbeat.com, offtvomines.com/blogfeb08/subprime.html, oilempire.us, 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 focuses on things like 9/11's conspiracy theories and the leftist view of oil politics. oilempire.us/abiotic.html, olgofm.org, oligopolywatch.com, olisty.com/oactivists.html, oliverwillis.com, ombwatch.org, omradio.com, supporting artists and activism, on.to/fight, freedom in good hands today, onamove.org, the black activists arrested in Philadelphia, one.org, One Campaign, onenationundergreed.org, oneworld.net, oneworld.org, online.com/resources.html, onlinejournal.com, ontheissues.org, opednews.com, opencongress.org, opendebates.org, Open Debates, opendemocracy.net, an independent, not-for-profit magazine dedicated to free dialogue across the globe about the major issues in the world today. openrightsgroup.org, opensecrets.org, opensecrets.org, campaign finance, operationelloelephant.blogspot.com, opinionjournal.com, opinionleaders.com, opinionsIworld.com, opinionwashingtonfreedom.com, opnocs.org, New England, opportunitynocs.org, opposingviews.com, ore.most.org.pl, Citizens Environment Movement, Poland, originaldescent.com, Traditional Conservatism, oriononline.org, osdir.com/ml/politics, ourcivilization.com, ourmayday.org.uk, Reclaiming Mayday, ourpla.net, outdoortalknetwork.com, outlookindia.com, outrage.nabumedia.com, outrageradio.com, outsidethebeltway.com, outspokenclothing.com, oxfam.org, oxfamamerica.org, 800-770-XFAM, oxfamamerica.org, working together to end poverty and injustice, Oxford University Human Rights Seminar.org.uk, International Human Rights Seminar, pacifica.org, pacifica.org, radio, pacificpolicy.org, People's Power Action Party, paganpastoralouttreach.ca, pair.com, website hosting service for activists, pmbazooka.org, pamshausblend.com, panda.org, pandagon.net, pandasthumb.org, pangea.org/psf, global learning, pana.org/resources/activism.html, activism for pesticide reform, panspermia.org, pantograph.com, paperlessarchives.com, paperrobertrike.blogspot.com, paranoiamagazine.com, parascope.com, parksandwildlife.org, partialobserver.com, participate.net, participatoryculture.org, partnershipway.org, Center for Partnership Studies, pathtofreedom.com, patriotnetwork.org, paulism.org, paulists.org, payattention.org, pbcfilms.com, pbcrecords.com, pbs.org/newshour, pbs.org/niot/citizens_respond, pbs.org/wgbh/pages/frontline/shows/race/interviews/davis.html, interview with Angela Davis, pbs.org/wgbh/people's century/episodes/peo Pila power/description.html, how the communist system that dominated post-war Eastern Europe collapsed, pcwatch.blogspot.com, Political Correctness Watch, pdhre.org, People's Movement for Human Rights Education, peacebuttons.info, peacefmonline.com, peacefultomorrows.org, September 11th, Families for Peaceful Tomorrows, peacenet.org, peaceerding.org, peacerevolution.org, peaceroom.org, Conscious Evolution, peacesupplies.org, peacoil.org, peak-oil-cris.com/abiotic_article.htm, peccadillos.org, peekingduck.org, pennies.org, go to penny fundraisers, people.umass.edu/abas/congress2007/declaratory.html, the Congress of Planetary Initiatives, people.virginia.edu/rjb3v/rjb.html, Foreign Affairs Online, peopleandplanet.org, People and Planet, UK Student Action on World Poverty, Human Rights and the Environment. PEOPLE-link.net, PEOPLE-link.org. PEOPLAPower.ph, Philippines. PEOPLAPowerGranny.blogspot.com. PeoplePowerSC.org, intense look at the 7-day bicycle race across America. PEOPLAPowerUnlimited.com, work with associations that want to get more members involved and leaders who want to create outrageous results. PEOPLE-press.org. PeoplesConference.org, International People's Conference Organization. PeopleSerendipity.li. PeoplesSocialForum.org. PeopleUnited.org, People United for a Better Life in Oakland. PERC.org, Property and Environmental Research. PERDURABO10.tripod.com/the of James Donahue 2/ID730.html, mind manipulation. Permacultureactivist.net. Perpetualwar.org. Persecution.org. Personalliberty.com. Personally, I don't care where oil comes from. It still pollutes the environment. There's a possibility it is finite or abundant. I don't know the truth, so the wise thing to do is to hedge my bet by eliminating my dependence on it. peacewiki.com/index.php/directory:abiotic_oil. PETA.org, People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals. PeterDavidBetter.com, The Conspiracy Against the Dollar, the Rockefeller Cartel. PTrussell.com. PetitionOnline.com. PewCenteroNTheStates.org, the Pew Center on the States works to advance state policies that serve the public interest. PFAW.org, People for the American Way. PFDF.org, Peter Drucker Foundation, links. PFF.org, The Progress and Freedom Foundation. Philanthropy.com, The Chronicle of Philanthropy. PGPF.org, to increase public awareness of the nature and urgency of key economic challenges threatening America, the Peter G. Peterson Foundation. pgpf.org/about/national debt, explanation of the real national debt. PhiladelphiaWeekly.com. Philanthropy.com/jobs. Philanthropycenter.org. PHILANTHROPY-JOURNAL.org. PhilipBrennan.net. philipbrennan.net/2010/06/11/abiotic-oil-what-they-don't-want-you-to-know. phrusa.org. physicsforums.com. pickcover.com. pilotsfor911truth.org. pinktruth.com. pinasexrussella.org. pioneerhumanservices.org. pyrg.org, Public Interest Research Groups. pitchforkmedia.com. pit.edu/home/ghnet/ghkr.html, World Health Resources. pj.org, Philanthropy Journal. planeta.com. planetark.org. planetkillers.org. planetoflife.org. planetariforgod.org. plastic.com. plasticamerica.org. Platform uniting vibrant communities and brilliant minds. pluggedin.org, United Children of the World. pluralism.org. pnionline.com/dnblog/attorneytude. pnnonline.org, Philanthropy, Job. Poetic PEOPLAPower.com, project that combines poetry and activism. Pointofview.net, Point of View radio talk show. Poiviron.org. pol.moveon.org, political action. polaris.gc.ukla.edu/actlib/email_list.html, activist librarians. Policy.com. politedissent.com. politicalboondoggles.com. politicalinformation.com. politicalhorse.org. politicsundergroundprofile.co.uk. PoorButHappy.com, PoorGrandchildren.com, PopularMechanics.com/Rebuilding America, ways to fix America's infrastructure, bridges, roads, dams, rail, drinking water, waste disposal, etc. PostalWatch.org, Post Office. PostPeakLiving.com, POWER-2-PEOPLE.blogspot.com, daily news and analysis written from a socialist and anarchist perspective. PowerlineBlog.com, PowerToThePeople.org, a 501c3 nonprofit organization working with volunteers to bring solar electricity to community buildings in rural areas. PPLPWR.org, encourage grassroots contact regarding issues impacting electric rates by customers of consumer-owned utilities with Congress and federal and regional. PPS.org, Project for Public. PPS.org, Project for Public Spaces. Praisesatan.org. Presscampaign.org, the Campaign for Press and Broadcasting Freedom, Canada. PrettyPoison.org. Priceofoil.org. PRID.on.ca, book How We Work for Peace. Princeton.edu/Peacinger, Ethics into Action, Henry Spira and the Animal Rights Movement. Principlesproject.org. PrisonIndustrialComplex.org. PrisonPlanet.com. PrivacyActivism.org. PrivacyAlert.us, PrivacyRights.org. PrivacyInternational.org. PrivacyPledge.org. PrivacyRights.org. Private-planet.com, Private Planet. Excerpts from David Cromwell's book. ProbeInternational.org, Probe International, Rethinking Foreign Aid, Restoring Accountability, Reinvigorating Economies. Procoen.org, Pros and Cons of Controversial Issues such as Prostitution, and more. Profane. Profound-changes.com. Progreso-weekly, Progreso Weekly, English and Spanish, specializing in Cuba and US-Cuba relations. Progress.ro, Progressive.org. Progressive.org. ProgressivePortal.org. ProgressNowAction.org. Project.org. PROJECT2061.org. ProjectCensored.org. ProjectCensored.org, Project Censored. ProjectRadio.org. ProLiberty.com. Prometh.com/radical.htm, The Radical. PRONOIA.wordpress.com/2006/07/15/6-brainwashing-and-the-decognition-process. Propagandamatrix.com. Propagandamatrix.com/articles. PropertyandFreedom.org. PreerEv.com, Progressive Review. PreerEv.com/2008/05/corporate-curse.html, The Corporate Curse, How Business Culture Dragged America Down with It. PreerEv.com/peace.htm. Prospect.org, The American Prospect, biweekly magazine of politics. Prospect.org/weblog. Prospectsforpeace.com. ProtectOurWilderness.org. ProtectOurWildlife.org. Protest.net. Protests.info. PRWatch.org. PRWatch.org, investigative reporting on the public relations industry. PRWatch.org, Center for Media and Democracy. PSIMawesome.com. PSR.org, Physicians for Social Responsibility. Psychohistory.com. Psychological-harassment.com/psychological_manipulation.htm. Psychopolitic.com. Publicaffairsbooks.com. Publicagenda.org. Publicagenda.org/index.htm, Public Agenda. Publicbroadcasting.net. Public-campaign.org. Publiccitizen.org. Publicdebt.trees.gov. publicdiplomacywatch.com, public-i.org, Center for Public Integrity, publicintegrity.org, publicintegrity.org, Center for Public Integrity tracks various aspects of publicintegrity.org/tools.aspx, research, publicknowledge.org, a Washington, D.C. based public interest group, publicolaw.blogspot.com, publicradiofan.com, publicspehereproject.org, publicvoice.tv, pugwash.org, Pugwash Conferences on Science and World, puckerup.com, pumapac.org, People United Means Action, punkvoter.com/links/links.php, questions.net/docs04/pcoil1.html, r. racematters.org, rachelcorey.org, racism and national consciousness news.files.wordpress.com, Radical Left in the UK, Radicalactivism, radical-forum.blogspot.com, radicalleft.net, radiocurious.org, radionetherlands.nl, radioproject.org, aragibowie.com, raidersnewsupdate.com, railstrails.org, makes trails out of, rain.org, rape, abuse, and incest national, raisingsanradio.com, rambles.net/whats_new.html, ran.org, rand.org/publications, randprior.com/crash/abiotic.html, rantrave.com, rasmussenreports.com, aradical.org, aradical.org/corporations/reading-ascii.html, ending corporate governance, rationalthinking.humanists.net, rationalwiki.org, rationalwiki.org/wiki/abiotic_oil, raw.org, Women of Afghanistan, rawstory.com, raw story, reachem.com, realchange.org, eelclearpolitics.com, realguerrillamedia.com, realmenloveflowers.org, realneo.us, realnewsbar.com, realtruth.biz, Real Truth Radio, real-wealth-society.blogspot.com, reason.com, reason.com, a libertarian monthly print magazine covering politics, culture, and ideas, reason.com/blog, reason.org/news, rebellion.org, Spanish-language site, but contains a large selection of articles by James Petres and Noam Chomsky, among others, available in English, rebelmovement.bravejournal.com, rebuildingtogether.org, rebukers.org, rebukesaycheco.org, reclaimamerica.org, recovery.gov, redflagsweekly.com, redpepper.org.uk, Red Pepper, an independent magazine of the Green End. Redress.cc, redress information and analysis is dedicated to exposing injustice. Redrival.net/evaluation/social change, changing societies, links to resources about social and economic growth and change. red-star-research.org.uk, exposing the connections between politics and big. redstatepatriot.com, redstotesen.blogspot.com, readwiremag.com, Redwire Native Youth Media Society, a Vancouver-based media and arts organization dedicated to Native youth expression. reference.com/browse/abiotic+oil, refuseandresist.org, religiousfreedom.com/conference/dc/frost.htm, tolerating religious untruth, religioustolerance.org/brain_wa.htm, rememberfreedom.org, propaganda, remineralizetheearth.org, renewamerica.us, renewthesoul.org, renewthspirit.org, renzi.com, renzi.com, the world's most unique news. Renzi.com/general58/abioticoilscience.hdm. Renzi.com/general58/biot.hdm. RepentNow.org. Reportage.uts.edu.au, the Australian Centre for Independent Journalism Research. Reportoids.com. ResearchChannel.org. Resist.ca. ResponsibilityProject.com. ResponsibleWealth.org. RestoreTheRepublic.org, Restore Our Nation to Retards.com. RethinkingSeahools.org. RiveraDIONetwork.com. RevolutionaryFrontlines.wordpress.com, material from the front lines of revolutionary struggle worldwide. RevolutionInTheAir.com. RHFWeb.com, Radiation Health Foundation Inc.survivorship.org, survivors of ritualistic abuse, mind control, and torture. RHR.Israel.net, Rabbis for Human Rights. The only organization in Israel today concerned specifically with giving voice to the Jewish tradition of human rights. RHR-NA.org, Rabbis for Human Rights. RichardCostellonets.com. rickcross.com/brainwashing.html. rickcross.com/reference/brainwashing/brainwashing11.html. realworldview.com. riflewarrior.com. rightofway.org, pedestrian and bicyclists. Rights. rights.org. rightsidewire.com. rightsun.org/womenswatch/.com advancement of women. RIGHT-THOUGHTS.US. rightwingwatch.org. rigourousintuition.blogspot.com. recomatic.com. ripoffreport.com. riseup.net. riseup.net provides mail, lists, and hosting for those working on liberatory social change. rising-hegemon.blogspot.com. risup.org. riverbendblog.blogspot.com. rncnotwelcome.org. road-kill.org. roadless-summer.org. robbieconal.com. robert-fisk.com, Middle East correspondent for Independent News. robincmiller.com/melonkfr.hdm, Robin C. Miller. Research Guide to the Palestinian-Israeli Conflict. rockfoundation.cc, an Oregon spiritual. rockwoodinstitute.org. roadrails.blogspot.com. rogerconway.com. rollee.net. ronpaul.com. rootsaction.org. rodden.com/library/conspiracy/mind-control. roxanne.typepad.com. rpcv.org, Peace Corps Association. rrcnet.org, crops. rsf.org, Reporters Without Borders. rtumble.com, Rough and Tumble News Service. rubyconprograms.org, San Francisco. rudepundit.blogspot.com. rulers.org. ruminatethis.com. rumormillnews.com. runningamerica.com. ruralcleansing.net. rushkoff.com, founder of technorealism.org. rushkoff.com, politics. rushlimbaugh.com, right wing. russellministries.org. rwcactivist.com. sacredearthcemetery.org. sacredforests.org. sacredgrovecemetery.org. sadlyno.com. saintjuandiego.org. saintsanheroes.com. salon.salvationlost.org. salonmagazine.com. sandmonkey.org. sanetwork.org. sarahva.org. satanicverses.org. satanlives.org. satanlovesclearcutters.org. satansmiles.org. satanshorse.org. satanvirus.org, saudipolitics.com, savejapandolphins.com, saveourheritage.org, sayonotoclearcutting.org, scambuga.blogspot.com, scaminsider.com, scaredmonkeys.com, scaredsacred.org, schnews.co.uk, schnews.org.uk, scholasticvillage.org, schoolprayers.org, scienceblogs.com, The Scientific Activist, scienceblogs.com/fairyangula, sciencepolitics.blogspot.com, scn.org/activism, peace and justice, Seattle, scn.org/ccpi, citizens concerned for the people of Iraq, scn.org/ip/commnet, community networking movement, scoutprime.blogspot.com, scottkeisler.com, sdfd.org, San Diego for Democracy, seaccp.org, Seattle Community Co-location Project where you can get sliding scale, seaofdebt.org, seattlepie.nwsource.com, seattleTimes.nwsource.com/html/home/index.html, seaturtles.org, sec.gov, secretprayers.org, secretsofmindcontrol.net, securemoreresult.info, seeclickfix.com, report a minor problem in your area that needs to be fixed like graffiti, seeingthehegerist.com, cncE@wordpress.com/2008/09/16/world-made-so-easy-if-you-quit-the-world-changes, seekingalpha.com, scene.org, Sustainable Energy and Economy Network, csharppress.com, csharppress.com, Activist, seetv-exchanges.com, Southeast Europe TV Exchanges, seekm.com, self-services.org, selfsip.org, the Self-Sovereign Individual Project, sensualwisdom.com, sentencing.org, the Coalition for Federal Sentencing Reform, sepschool.org, separation of school and state, September11th.org, servanet.org, server co-location for nonprofits and free software projects, service-to-america-medals.org, 7stories.com, sfbay-anarchists.org, sfbg.com/action, the Bay Guardian Action Network, sgr.org.uk, Scientists for Global Responsibility, shakespearessister.blogspot.com/shameless, shareride.com, shared transportation, share-the-wealth.org, bring together people who have similar interests, ideas, goals, and dreams. shout.net/bigred/cn.html, Conspiracy Nation newsletter. shoutnow.com, make your voice be heard. shoutwire.com/shafa.com, Mr. Shojidan Shafa. shtfplan.com/mark-faber/the-dollar-bubble-movie_11252009, the Dollar Bubble Movie. sicksociety.org, sideshow.me.uk, sierraclub.org, sierraclub.org/energy, sightings.com, signsofdissent.com, signs-of-the-times.org, silcom.com/paladin/nonprofits.html, simplefunerals.org, symbology.com, simpoel.org, the Simultaneous Policy, sindominio.net, singlemaltpundit.com, siparai.se, Peace Research Institute, sjti.org, Social Justice Training Institute, skolnicksreport.com. skyburial.org, skyburials.org, slacktivist.typepad.com, slashdot.org, slate.com, slatkinfraud.com, financial fraud, sleepykid.org/log2/blogs, slowfood.com, smallestminority.blogspot.com, smallplanet.org, smallplanet.org, Small Planet Institute, smalltownize.com, local citizens having, smallwarsjournal.com, smartgrowthamerica.org, smirkingchimp.com, smokersclubbinc.com, snafu.de, sniggle.net, snopes.com, so36.net, soaw.org, socialanarchism.org, socialchangewebsites.com, socialissues.wiseta.com, socialistalternative.org, socialistworld.net, socialjustice.org, Center for Social, socialjustice.org, Center for Social Justice, socialnerve.org, socialsecurityreform.org, socialservice.com, sociology.ucsc.edu/who-rules-america/power/fac.html, socialsecurity.org, Social Security Network, sociberty.com/activism, sodahead.com, softskull.com, sojo.net, Faith in Action, sojourners.com, Christian activists, solbaram.org/articles/democr.html, democracy under attack, saldoutwarning.com, solham.org, somality.com/free_speech.html, sumofus.org, somethingaintrite.com, saurus.org/initiatives, saurus.org/initiatives/justicesOS, sosaz.com/scripts/charity_search_engine.asp, charities, sospress.org, Signs of the Times, soulforce.org/forums, sourcewatch.org, southendpress.org, Southend Press, non-profit, collectively run book publisher with more than 250 titles in print, founded in 1977. southlandchristian.org/care, southparkstudios.com, southside.org.sg, Trends in World, sovereignzociety.com, Invest Abroad, space4peace.org, spaces.practicalaction.org, spadeinamerica.com, sparksofdissent.net, a tool for activists, spartacus.schoolnet.co.uk/usaseal.htm, Bobby Seale, biography, speakout.com, speaktruth.org, spectacle.org, spectatormag.com, spectrem.com, Spectrum Group, spentforpeace.pl.net, spiraldynamics.com, spiraldynamics.com, National Values Center, spirithome.com/paramind.html, spiritualeconomicsno.net, spiritualmessages.org, spitfirelist.com, sblcenter.org, 334-956-8200, Southern Poverty Law Center, Against Racism, sbloyd.com, spockosbrain.com/index.html, spreadthefaith.org, sproject.com, Sentencing Project, sproutsradio.org, spunk.org, spychips.com, People getting implanted with microchips, spytv.co.uk, squall.co.uk, a forum for radical quality journalism, se.org.uk, social entrepreneurs, squat.net, ssa.gov/international/inter_intro.html, international agreements, stakeholderforum.org, book How to Lobby at Intergovernmental Meetings. StandingArmy.it. StangoFF.com. Starhawk.org. Starhawk.org/activism/activism.html. state.md.us/sos/charity/html/search.html, charities Maryland. state.or.us/cgi-bin/org query.pl, charities oregon.stateline.org/live/issues/education, a stateofnature.org, socialist online magazine. stayfreemagazine.org. staying-alive.org. steamshovelpress.com. stephenbates.com/yellow-dogger-l Democrat. stevebrown.etc.com. stevegilliard.blogspot.com. stickergiant.com, bumper stickers, pins, etc. stickernation.com. stncar.com, Station Car Association. stockbroker-fraud.com. stockholmchallenge.se. stopbigmedia.com. stopcafta.org, Central American Free Trade. stopclearcutting.org. stopeco-violence.org. stopso.com, boycott ESO, stop ESO. stopfbi.net. stopfcc.com. stopglobalwarming.org. stoprfid.com. stoptdrugwar.org. stoptwall.org, Anti-Apartheid Wall Campaign, Palestine. stopwraniran.org. straightgoods.com. straightnotnarrow.blogspot.com. strangeconvergences.org. straphangers.org, bus passengers. sdratfor.com. strike4.org. strike-the-root.com. Students United for a Free CUNY.wordpress.com. stupid.com/stat/poly.html. stupidevilbastard.com. subsidizeddeath.org. subversions.com. sunsetgallery.org. sunsetservices.org. superpatriots.us. survivalblog.com. susiemadrak.com. sustainer.org, environment. svn.org, social venture. sweetjesusahate.billoreilly.com. symbioticchurch.org. takhanka.org. tacitus.org. tahorror.org. takebacktheeconomy.org. takebackthemedia.com, take back the media. takepride.gov. takethesquare.net. takingitglobal.org, international organization led by youth and empowered by technology to create positive change on a global scale. tactic.org. talibanterer.org. talk2action.org. talkaboutgovernment.com. tallkingpointsmemo.com. tallkingpointsmemo.com/talkleft.com, the politics of crime. tao.ca. townostic.org. tapestryoflife.org. target.com/greed-fraud-malone-samuel/dp/18525257770, book for sale. tax-freedom.com. tbog.blogspot.com. tbsstoryline.com, inspired, activist people. tconr.org. tcsdaily.com. teachingforchange.org. tech.mit.edu/bulletin/nafta.html, NAFTA, full text. technerati.com/tag/politics+film+propaganda. teenproblems.org. teensagainstthate.org. tshouts.com. terrorism.com. tetrahedron.org, books and tapes in the health. texashighways.org. texaslandconservancy.org. texasparksandwildlife.info. TexasProud.org, TexasWildlifeFederation.org, TextFiles.com/anarchy. The Poor. The Transformation of the International. THE7THFIRE.com/new_world_order/mind_control/battle_for_your_mind, the battle for your mind, persuasion, and brainwashing techniques. TheAbsurdReport.com. TheAccidentalActivist.com. TheActivist.co.uk, The Activist. TheEdgeOfReality.net. TheARTOFThePossible.net. TheAtlantic.com. TheAword.net. TheBookTree.com. TheCampaign.org. TheCarpetbaggerReport.com/theCIA.net. TheConservativezone.com. TheCopyCatEffect.com. TheCoveMovie.com. The Cove Movie, a money-based economy causes people to commit acts of atrocities. TheCRE.com, Center for Regulatory. TheCuttingEdgeNews.com. TheDarwinProject.com. TheUMBDemocrat.blogspot.com. TheEcologist.org. TheFalafelDiaries.blogspot.com. TheFoulLawfAmerica.net. THegdupAmerican.com. TheFinalHour.blogspot.com. TheFireGuides.org, Foundation for Individual Rights in Education. TheFirstAmendment.org. TheFreedomReport.us. KeyCenter.unca.edu/sites/using_service_learning_international_relations_courses.pdf, Teaching Activism Through International Relations. TheFreePress.com. TheHighRoad.org. TheHill.com. TheHousingBubbleBlog.com. TheHumanMarvels.com. TheHumanRevolution.org. TheHungerSite.com. TheInnovatii.center.org/I_youth_civic.shtml. TheIntelHub.com. Their Say. TheLeadingChange.org, Learn to Organize. TheLibertyPapers.org. TheMatrix.com. TheMemoryHole.org. TheMemoryHole.org. Government documents rarely revealed to the mainstream media. TheMennonite.org. TheMentalMilitia.com. ThemesThatGreenspanMade.blogspot.com. TheModerateVoice.com. TheMoneyMasters.com, 888 The Plot. TheMovieInline.com. TheNation.com. TheNation.com, 800-333-8536, Political Mainstream Leftist Mag. TheNation.com/blogs. TheNation.com/directory. ThenCBLA.org/BPOSpages/Act4Alert.html. TheNewAmericanEmpire.com/blog, The New American Empire blog. This site contains articles on the Canadian economy, deeper integration, foreign ownership. TheNewPress.com. TheOILDrum.com. TheAnion.com. ThePTTOnsite.com. ThePTTOnsite.com/1/the-future-that-humanity-deserves, The Venus Project, petition. ThePoorman.net. ThePrickyOFLiberty.org. The-reaction.blogspot.com. TheRevolution.com. THerricksmithshow.com. TheRumpus.net. TheseATTLezener.com, Seattle Sinner Magazine, State of Our Messed Up Country. TheShiftMovie.com/we, What Have We Done? Movie. TheSmokingGun.com. TheSpectrumNews.org. TheStatTurane.org. THAstranger.com, The Stranger, weekly online newspaper edited by Dan Savage. THAstranger.com/current/theta.com/RFW/RFW04.ht. TheTalentShow.org. TheTDoff.biz, bumper stickers. TheUSACA-North-by-East-Saved.com. TheUsIndependent.com. TheVanguard.org. thevanitypress.blogspot.com, thevenusproject.com, thevenusproject.com/a-new-social-design/resource-based-economy, thevillager.com, theevaneastwoodshow.com, thevirtualhandshake.com, thewashingtonnote.com, thewatchblog.com, thewebferry.com, thewines.org, thewitness.org, theworldnextweek.com, theysmen.org, they fool people to show how gullible we are. Theyworkforyou.com, thezeitgeistmovement.com, join the movement. Thing.desk.nl/bilwet, a co-founder of Digital Cities Project, DDS.nl. thinkbigrevolution.com, thinkcontroversial.wordpress.com, thinkcycle.org, communal solutions for. thinkisrael.org, thinkprogress.org, thirdcoastactivist.org, Austin, TX, thirdwavefoundation.org, thirdworldcounty.us, thirdworldtraveler.com/dissent/silencingpoliticaldissent.html, Silencing Political Dissent by Nancy Chong, thiscan'tbehappening.net, thisisreality.org, thisistrue.com, thislife.org, thismodernworld.com. Thomas Gold is the front man for the abiotic theory. thowartwithhme.org, thp.org, The Hunger Project, thrivemovement.com, tianews.blogspot.com, tiaonline.org/international/global/WTO/WDO_agreement.cfm, WDO Agreement on Telecommunications, tidapool.com/alliance, Alliance for a Paving Moratorium, tickcun.org, Tickun, a community of people who share a spiritual/political vision of how to create a world based on economic justice, peace, and human rights. tim.maroney.org/essays, timboucher.com, time.blogs.com/daily_dish, timeswatch.org, timewedo.com, tinythelittlereindeer.com, titanicamerica.org, titanicnation.org, titfortat.org, tlcnet.org, Transportation for Livable Communities Network, tmi.cob.fsu.edu/act, Association for Commuter Transportation to Fight Against All Oppression, todaysprayer.org, todjitland.net, Letters to a Young Activist, tolerance.org, 334-956-8200, Hate Group Investigations, tombaka.com, tomflacco.com, Fight for an Honest Government, tomharpa.com, tompaine.com, tonykaron.com, toolsforchange.org, toomanycows.org, toomanypeople.org, toomukstuff.org, twostupidtobepresident.com, topdocumentaryfilms.com, topichotlist.com, topics.net, topics.net, Activist News, torturechambers.org, totsi.com, totsi.com/en/conspiracy/mind_control, towerofsilence.org, townhall.com, townsunited.com, toxicamerica.org, tpmcafe.com, tradenet.it/links/arzocu/civilrights.html, Directory of Civil Rights, tradeobservatory.org, tradewatch.org/shell_game/wto.htm, The Shell Game, tragedyandhope.com, tranquilmoments.org, trans4mind.com, transabroad.com, transact.org, Surface Transportation Policy Project, transciedo.org, transformonline.com, transparency.org, International Coalition, traprockpeace.org, depleted uranium. Trashedamerica.org. Trashywomen.org. Treerow.org. Treason.com. Treehuggersofamerica.org. Treehuggersofamerica.org. September 11th.org. National 9-11 Visibility Project.serendipit-e.com. Sermonets.org. Sermonets.org. Serve.com. Trilateral.org. Tripod.com/work/goodworks/search.html. Trolleybooks.com. Trotline.org. TrueDemocracy.net. TrueMajority.org. TrueMajority.org. Goodreads.com/group/show/610.social_change_activism. TruePat.org. That extreme inequality undermines American greatness. TrueFacts.org. Government conspiracy, mind control, medical control. TrueFacts.org/menu/resource.html, transnational corporate research. TruthAndPolitics.org. TruthAttack.org. TruthBeKnown.com. TruthBeKnown.com/the_money_master.html. TruthDig.com. TruthDig.com/podcast. TruthLaidBare.com. Truth-now.net. Truthout.org. Truthout.tucradio.org. Truthseeker.com. tucradio.org. Turnaround.org. Turnleft.com/conspiracy. Tonpointment.org. TurtleIsland.org. TuscanWindow.com. Tuscasurf.com. Surf clothing from around the world with surf action photos. tvnewslees.org. 21stCenturyLeft.com. Twitter.com/UOMEGame. twinside.org.sg. ticenews.com. ucsaction.org, Union of Concerned Scientists. ucsc.edu/who-rules-America/power/wealth.html, who rules America, wealth, income, and power. ucsusa.org, Union of Concerned Scientists. ucsusa.org, Union of Concerned Scientists. udaryl.com. ugabugga.blogspot.com. uglyplanet.org. uken.org, Universal Healthcare Action Network. uia.org/uiadocs/nondis.htm, the art of non-decision making. uiowa.edu/tilde/cyberlaw/writing/iatlk523.html, given corporate greed, fraud, and corruption, is the stock market just a con game? uk.indiemedia.org, a network of individuals, independent and alternative media activists, and ukwatch.net. umn.edu/humanrts, Human Rights Library. umn.edu/mnews/feature_stories/conscious_collaborator.html. un.org. un.org/esa/susdevon.org/overview. unowds.com, AIDS. uncapitalist.com/blog. uncommonthought.com. uncoi.com. unep.org, ozone. unesco.or.kr. unesco.org. unesco.org/general/eng/infosurvey/db/dare.html. unfccc.de, Kyoto Protocol. unfogged.com. unforgivablesins.org. unglobalcompact.org. unglobalcompact.org. unhchr.ch/udhr, Universal Declaration of Human Rights. uninvitedguest.net. unitedforpeace.org. unitedpeace.org. united-power.org, an affiliate of the Industrial Areas Foundation. universalidhikianchurch.org. universalistfriends.org. unobserver.com, Unobserver. An independent journal of international affairs. unwelcomeguest.org. unwelcomeguests.org, anti-corporation. uomegame.com. uprootedpalestinians.blogspot.com. upsidedownworld.org. upsidedownworld.org, Latin America. urban.org, Urban Institute, a private, non-profit policy research and educational organization that investigates social and economic problems. urban75.com. urbana.org. urbanecology.org. urucnet.com. urucnet.de. usaid.gov/pop_health. usalone.com. usa-patriot.net. usaspending.gov. usawatchdog.com. uscourts.gov, bankruptcies. useless-knowledge.com. utp.edu/oldfriends/aboil/front.htmutna.com, look for articles. utopianfuture.org. utterpower.com. v911t.org, 911 Truth. vanpool.com, shared transportation. vanpoolusa.com, shared transportation. vegporn.com. vengeanceisamine.org. venusproject.org. venusproject.org, human rights, female rights and equality, environmental protection methods, arts and educational projects. versobooks.com, activism, women's rights, veteransforamerica.org. viceland.com. victimsofgreed.com. videoactivism.org. videoactivism.org/hotlinks.html. vietnamwar.com. viewzone.com. viewzone.com/abioticoilx.html. vigilanttcitizen.com. villagevoice.com. violencebegetsviolence.org. virtualactivism.org, provides web design, training, and other services to eligible non-profit organizations across the globe and specially to NGOs working in marginalized communities. virtualcitizens.com. virtualfreesites.com/covert. virtualp.us/shrimp/visionsforprisons.org. virtualtownhall.net. vitalvotes.com. vmyths.com. vodkapundit.com. voice-online.net, coverage of a wide range of stories from a Black perspective. voicematter.org. voicesofconscience.com. voicesoforworld.org. volok.com. volunteermatch.com. vote4life.org. vote-smart.org. vpc.org, Violence Policy Center.vtpi.org, Victoria Transport Policy Institute. vtw.org, Voters Telecommunications Watch. vulturesforever.org. wa-democrats.org. wagesofsin.org. wakingplanet.com, a new world flag that transcends boundaries and stands for all that is best in us, our ability to wage peace, ensure social and economic justice for all. wakingrem.com/mindmonip.html. walkerart.org/bueys/gg6.html, political activism. walkercountyshame.org. walkercountytexas.org. walkerw.blogspot.com. walmartwatch.com. walmartwatch.com/blog. wampum.wabanaki.net. wanderingmind.org. wanttoknow.info/008/080421 Mind manipulation. waragainsttheweak.com. waragainstwaste.org. waroundpeace.com. warincontext.org. wareceival.org. warmadeaz.com. warsociation.blogspot.com. washingtondecoded.com. washingtonexaminer.com. washingtonmonthly.com. washingtonpost.com. washtimes.com. watchblog.com. watchingtheworldchange.com. watchesoc.org. watt.wuthering-heightsco.uk/subpages/abiotic.html water.org waterwoodnews.com watserv1.uwaterloo.ca/plow, project plowshares waveamerica.com weirwatwedo.org web.net/10days, 10 days for global justice webactive.com webcom.com/IOL, impact online webofdebt.com webofdemocracy.org webseers.com webtrade.com.br weedae.com weedbond.org global environment weekendpundit.blogmoses.com welcomehome.org/rainbow/lists.html welfareinfo.org welfarereformer.org welfaretowork.org well.com weezervegod.org westerinstitute.org wetfeet.com/asp/redirect.asp wfp.org World Food Programme, UN agency whale.to/w/mind.html, the battle for your mind, brainwashing techniques being used on the public whatdoesitmean.com whatdoino.org whatistacks.com whatistacks.com/irswhistleblowers.htm whatreallyhappened.com whatwouldnoado.org worldbank.org worldview.typepad.com World Affairs Forum worldview.typepad.com/worldview/world_affairs_forum whiteadot.org whitehouse.gov/news whitehouse.org satirical website whiterose.org/pete/blog whitespeak.blogspot.com whitetrashvalues.org who.int World Health whopundit.blogspot.com whyarthedead.net wie.org What is Enlightenment Wiesenthal.com Simon Wiesenthal Center 310-553-8403 Racial Intolerance, particularly the plight of the Jews wikileaks.com wikimedia.org/wikipedia/en/wiki/abiotic_oil wildernesscathedral.org wildernesscemetery.org wildernesshospice.org wildernesslegacy.org wildforjesus.org wildrockies.org Save the Rockies wildwoodcemetery.org willamette.edu/centers/public policy/links/will-do williamhkennedy.com Satanic Crime winesofchange.net wired.com wisehearts.com witness.org witness.org Human Rights Abuses witnessforpeace.org wn.org/gender.asp, World Neighbors womeninchains.org wnd.com/? page ID =45838 womensgroup.org womensrights.change.org woodpeckerzoo.org wordsofkindness.org workingforchange.com worldaccess.com/nonprofit organizations world-action.co.uk worldandy.com worldbank.org/10things worldbunk.org worldchongecafe.com World News worldchongeforchildren.org worldchanging.com worldcommunity.wordpress.com worldcommunityleader.com worldqncilofaiths.org worldlearning.org worldlifeleague.org worldnakedbycried.org worldnetdaily.com world-o-crap.com/blog worldpolicy.org International Bills of Rights World's Policy Institute worldproudassembly.org, worldtrans.org, World Transformation, worldtribune.com, worldvision.org, worldwatch.org, worldwidehippies.com, worldwildlife.org, worldwildlifefederation.org, woundedwarriorproject.org, wpr.org, wpt2.org, wri.org, worldresourcesinstitute.wrir.org, wsu.edu 8080/world_civ_reader/world_civ_reader_2/voltaire.html, Voltaire's treatise on toleration wsws.org, wsws.org, World Socialist website, www.report.com, xlibris.com, xenerg.blogspot.com, xoverboard.com, crossroads.virginia.edu/tilde/lady_frm.html, lady changing face of American freedom. crossroads.virginia.edu/tilde-hyper/det/toc/index.html, democracy in America. xrules.com, xs4all.nl/CEO, Corporate Europe Observatory, targeting the threats to democracy, equity, social justice, and the environment posed by the economic and political power of corporations and their lobby groups. Counterpunch.org, the stories that the corporate press never prints. xs4all.nl/sm4csi/nwo/mind control/chapter09_science_mind_manipulation.htm. YasserHussain.com, yesmagazine.org/issues/the-new-age-old-wisdom-for-the-new-economy. yesmagazine.org/people-power, decide what we want, and how we get it. yesmagazine.org/people-citizens-united-people-strike-back. yesmagazine.org/people-story-of-citizens-united. yforum.com, young@heartchorus.com, youtube.com, Bjorn Lomborg, Our Priorities for Saving the World, Copenhagen Consensus. youtube.com, Fall of the Republic HQ full-length version. youtube.com, type in Living Within Our Means, Speech to Congress. youtube.com, type in Types of Social Issues. youtube.com/user/Jacques Fresco, talks about society not based on money. youtube.com/watch, Lost Generation. yousa.com, ysa.org, evengler.com, zachvision.com, zeitgeistmovie.com, zerofamine.org, zeroKnowledge.com, zerosprawl.org, zfax.com, The Gross National Debt, zi-activism.net, zimbio.com, zinemart.com, zindproject.org/teaching-materials/list-of-resources, zmag.org, zmag.org, an independent political magazine of critical thinking. zmag.org, The Spirit of Resistance Lives. zmag.org/Chomsky/index.cfm, Noam Chomsky Archives. zmag.org/sustainers.